Hello, everybody. Welcome to Zelda fan Hourglass. I'm your runner, Mr. Shasta, and I'll be doing the run, of course. That's what I'm here for. Community's First Game has been trying to get this game in for like 12, 13 years. I've tried every single GEQ for about 6 years now, and it's finally happened. So can we get a round of applause for that? That's awesome.
We made it.
Woo!
DS speedrunning.
Shout out to DS speedrunning. We're running this game on the Wii U Virtual Console today, so shout out to the Wii U gamepad as well, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I want to choose my cache real quickly.
You want to go in 10-year order?
10-year order.
10-year order.
That would be
you.
Wow, that's me. Yeah, I'm Palomar. I've been running this game since 2017. Ever since I was watching the run on Zelda Dungeon Marathon, decided to run along and just smoked the competition. And yeah.
That would be me next. I'm Brandino. I've been running this game since 2021. This was the first DS game that I speedran on my Wii U. I'm a big 3DS fan, and I'm just happy to be here today to support Phantom Hourglass in all its glory.
And hi, I'm PippyInATopHat. You might also know me as a GDQ host. I've hosted for a lot of Zelda runs, but I'm also a Zelda runner, specifically for games with really controversial control schemes. I've been running this game for 6 months, so I'm the baby, but I've absolutely fallen in love with this run. It's got so much intricacy and so many cute little things, and I can't wait.
It's very, very cool. And just be sure, the file name that won was Trans Rights, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Trans rights.
All right, cool. And I brought it like this because the final thing about this game is that you can have different funny characters like right here. So I decided to put like the face buttons for the RNA, you know, two right arrows. Yeah, it's era. But yeah, I'm a righty, so there we go. And before we even start the run, exactly.
Yep.
We gotta go to the options here
that.
and do fast text because, you know, we gotta go fast. That's important. That being said, I guess we should just get going. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go!
Good luck, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Skip.
All right, so for those who are unfamiliar with Phantom Hourglass, it's actually a sequel to Wind Waker, and I'm not joking, it is a direct sequel. This is the same Link chasing Tetra once again. The ghost ship has kidnapped her, and we've got to find her.
The ghost ship is very different from what it was in Wind Waker. We will see the ghost ship later. We're not going to see any of that story now, though, because thankfully we can skip all of the long cutscenes. There will be some like mandatory shorter cutscenes that like this one that we'll have to see, but unfortunately you're not going to see a lot of the like papercraft art that you would see casually, which is really, really cute.
Yeah.
Also, choose.
We'll show some of them later too, but like for now you're not going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot of like execution of this throughout the run, especially like little optimizations here and there for a lot of stuff, but the further you go into this run, the more broken it gets, so be excited for that for sure. It's a 3-hour run after all, so it's a little hard to sit through in that regard, but just trust me, last hour especially is really, really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this run has a little bit of something for everyone. If you're into more glitchless, just optimized movement, a lot of the front half of the game is going to be pretty much just fast casual with a couple of fun tricks thrown in. The back half of the game is going to be broken.
Nope.
Oh.
There we go. Okay.
That looked like a 7 to me.
Okay, that was definitely a 7 right there. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm a speedrunner. I can't count.
That's the number of palm trees on the beach right there. We just know the answer array is 7, so we just write it down there. There's a lot of puzzles like that in this game where you can just kind of, if you know the answer array, you're good. You can just write it in. The game will not stop you at all.
Yep.
Yeah.
This game kind of is expecting you to make notes because you can make notes in the top screen and like erase them and stuff.
All right, who wants to explain this?
So we're coming up on our first trick right here, which is sword tutorial skip. We pick up that pot, press the select button after we throw it,
and we're gone.
Pick up another pot outside, and we have skipped the sword tutorial.
Yeah, for the beginning of this run, there's a wild theme until we get into the first dungeon that if Shasta picks up a pot, that's a trick. That's a trick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's also one more trick that we won't be showing off this run that's going to be about a room from now that is awful. It's called Rat Room Skip. It is also about pots, but it is possible to snipe a rat with a pot over your head and skip the whole puzzle. But
for now, we have another puzzle right here where I'm just going to be doing this. I have no solution. It's 2, 1, 4, 3 in terms of being written out like on top of the switches themselves like this. There we go. So just go straight into here, and hopefully the rats behave in the next room.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
So what's happening in this next room coming up is that there is an RNG rat that has a key. He can come in from 2 holes, 1 left and 1 right. Ideally, what you want to do is grab a pot and hit him as fast as possible, but a slightly safer strat that Shasta's going to do is to be pulling this block out 3 3 pushes, and then waiting for the rat to come in from the right. And then the rat will hit he realize he can't go to the other hole, so he'll go back, and then we'll be able to nab the key.
That was excellent RNG. Yeah, the other method for rat room skip, unfortunately, while it does skip, pops for that, it does skip the moving the block. It doesn't actually skip the RNG because you have to throw the pot from a very specific position. Oh no, you took damage.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You have
bad.
to throw the pot from a very specific position in order for it to hit the rat. Otherwise, the rat will see you because it gets on screen too fast and run away. So it saves time in theory and optimally. Does it actually save time in runs? Please tell me why I do it anyway.
I don't know.
Because you're funny.
So we've got this beautiful ship here, but there appears to be no captain. Do you guys know where we can find a captain?
Well, this guy
At the
said
milk
there's...
bar, I want to say, maybe?
Yeah, there's this dude named Lineback.
Who could that be?
That's me.
I think
thought
he's right
Your
next to
Lineback?
us.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Shasta, turn around. We found Lineback.
Yo!
Does that mean you get to skip this?
I wish. There's still so much scripted dialogue. It's fine. I think it's kind of funny how the milk bar has like colored like jars for different types of milk, I guess. It's very funny. Anyway.
Oh, don't you like drinking your green milk?
I love my green milk.
No. I do not like green eggs and ham.
All right, get used to this walk. We're going to be making it quite a few times. This is the legendary Temple of the Ocean King. Same abbreviation as Tears of the Kingdom.
Almost, yeah.
Almost the same one. It's the same.
Tears of the Ocean Kingdom.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tears of the Ocean Kingdom.
But the gimmick of this dungeon is going to be that the floors do an ouchie. And so we don't want to be standing on the floors that do an ouchie for too long. We want to get to the nice pink sparkly safe zones once we enter this next room. Those floors do not do an ouchie. Look at them. They're so pretty.
They're beautiful.
They're friendly and inviting.
They're all animated.
And what's this?
Hey, there's something over there.
It's the guy.
Bro.
Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm about to do the YouTuber point. Like,
Wait, anybody got a red circle and an arrow?
I have a red scarf. That's kind of a circle.
Dear GDQ, we're making your thumbnails for you.
I got you.
So, Lineback has somehow gotten himself trapped, and he needs our help. And that's all we had to do.
I really don't know how he got stuck in there.
Those spikes were not that high either. He could have leapt over them.
He probably could have, yeah.
Oh, but
He's
he had a
athletic
broken
when it
ankle.
counts.
Only when it counts.
Only when he's running away.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, we're skipping a cutscene here that teaches us about the dizzy mechanic. What we basically missed is about this.
Yeah, Lineback
Yeah,
just
literally.
picks up Toon Link and shakes him.
It's
like-
really funny.
I don't know, a snow globe, and the poor lad gets dizzy. But that is a good introduction to the fact that there is a dizzy mechanic. Shasta can't roll more than 3 times in a row or do quick spins more than 3 times in a row without Link doing a adorable dizzying animation. And you will see that animation occasionally where it won't actually affect anything. So going into a cutscene, going into a load zone that's a hard load, things like that. But we're trying not to show you too many excess dizzies.
Don't want a whole lot of dizziness. You can cancel in other objects of this, but also we took damage earlier because we all turned to stairs.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We became a stairs.
Yeah.
Let's go stairs.
Woo.
This will be the only real death warp in the run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only saves like 5-10 seconds. You skip a little like dialogue before you go there essentially, but it's time save, easy
Yeah.
setup and all that good stuff.
All right, so Lineback has decided he's going to help us, so we got to take that C chart and we got to get going.
We gotta go on a nice, cool journey.
Yeah, the map is going to be broken up into 4 sections, and we're going to need to get the 4 C charts for one for each section that are all in the Temple of the Ocean King. So we just got the first one, which means we can only navigate the single quadrant of the map that the first one covers. We'll be going back for the other ones.
All right, very important right here. Am I able to scribble this really well? Let's see. Is it a good scribble day?
Scribble strats.
Come on.
That was
There we
Good.
go.
Yeah, there we go. I counted.
Nice.
Wow. We take those. Good scribble.
Yeah, very good scribble.
These are the kinds of skills you need to be good at Phantom Hourglass.
I'm not ironically, yeah.
Also, can we give shout out to this beautiful text interaction where Lineback is about to turn to Link and go, "Hey, you need a shield," and Link goes, "No." And then he's like, you're a child. You should probably have a shield. And he goes, no. I go, all right, sounds good, man. Get on my boat.
All of our ship paths are going to be drawn on the map, and so the ship will follow whatever path we create. There is optimization in this because you want to create like the fastest and thinnest lines that get you to where you need to go. And you might notice that the ship is not doing ship things right now.
Yeah, so it is about 5 frames faster every time you jump with the boats, and over the course of the run, it saves a couple minutes to do so because of that.
Yeah.
So you've seen me just jumping constantly at the boat. Never go sailing like this.
If you thought it was bumpy to ride on a ship before, I can't imagine how bad this is.
Yes,
You think
seasickness.
pointing was bad in Wind Waker HD? Look at this.
Yeah, so the plot of this game is that Ganondorf steals all the spring water and all of Hyrule.
Oh my god.
Wait.
So we're about to do a lot of just plot and text. We have to go find a friend and then another friend and something.
Yeah. It's kind of messed up, the name of the friend we're about to find right now, because it's supposed to be going to Astrid, who's the fortune teller on this island, to tell us where we need to go in general. And she tells us to go seek out her assistant. Oh, actually, Dizzy. Okay, that's 3 rolls. That's weird. But she tells her to seek out her assistant, who like was going exploring the island and defending it and stuff. And yeah.
He's a little dead.
Yeah, but his name is KO, which is a messed up name for someone who's supposed to be dead as a character. Why did they do this?
Also, fun challenge for anyone at home. If you would like to see that glitch exhibition incentive get met, can we get donations for every unnecessary Dizzy?
Absolutely, yeah.
Ooh,
$5 maybe per one?
Yep.
Y'all got $5 train for Dizzies. Win-win situation. Adorable Dizzy animation, money for charity. Somebody explain to me what's wrong. There's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong at all.
And worth noting, what happened there is that rolls will save over loading zones. So if you do 4 rolls into a loading zone, you'll walk into the next loading zone and then get dizzy. If you do 3 rolls into a loading zone and then roll again, you will also get dizzy. So the game's watching. You can't go too fast.
All right, first combat of the run right here. I already messed up my spin attack. Let's go. There we go. Okay, much better.
Please note that all movement and combat in this game is stylus-based, so we are drawing on the touchscreen to make those things happen. A spin attack's gonna be a circle, a slash is gonna be a line, a roll is just kind of a wiggle.
Also, it's a DS game, by the way.
There's a microphone.
There's a microphone I have to use occasionally, too, like right there.
Yeah.
This game is very happy about being on the DS. It uses every part of the DS in
Which I
some
love.
fashion.
I love
so
that.
Good.
So this is another example of a puzzle where we had to go find the solution. But the funny thing is we already know it.
You have to find all 3 torches on the island, one inside a house, one on the north side, and one right by KO. And we just know it already, so we're good. Then unlocks the doorway here. Now there's Astrid. She asks us why we're here. Not on vacation, but we're looking for a ship, the ghost ship. So we need to know where it is and how to find it, and that's what's happening right here. I'd say for now, though, while we're going to the next location, it's probably a good time for some donations. Want to read off?
I would be happy to. I have $5 from TJ. I'm so glad you got this game in. I know how long you've been trying. Good luck on the run, brother.
Thank you, TJ.
Another $5 from Lord Rada. Dear Mr. Shasta, been a while since I saw you speedrun in GDQ. It's been so long, in fact, that you could call me a phantom in your hourglass.
Ooh.
With that link to the past, I wish you good luck and finish the run in style.
Thank you so much, Rada.
Got time for one more?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I got $50 from Teddy Ross.
Oh.
Hi from right behind you. Finally peak Zelda in GDQ. Let's go, Shasta. Also, Tree Clip will be real.
I believe.
Old
I
diagram
believe.
with red string and everything showing it's real. Tree Clip is real, dang it.
It's real.
Tree Clip is only real about 50% of the time, so we're just gonna hope that
I
it's
swear it's less than 50.
Is it less than
It might be less than
As long
50.
as
We'll
you
see.
So rare
believe.
during his run.
As long as you believe and
I'm guessing like
3
it's
times.
quarter.
I do believe in Tree Clip. I do. I do.
Real to me, dang it.
So here's a funny little puzzle. Shasta has to blow out the torches, and then we quickly stab them to get Link out of the blowing animation faster.
Small little time saves here and there. That's what this run's all about, really.
Yeah, this
And-
is going to put us into our first dungeon, and this run is kind of an all dungeons run because, well, we can do some things out of order. We can't really skip any of the dungeons, so you will be seeing all of the dungeoneering fun, hopefully fast. Yes.
You'll be seeing mostly the normal sequence of the game, I'd say. What the heck?
Beautiful.
So good.
Wow, that was very lucky.
So ideally, this room has 4 keys in it, and you want 3 to swarm in a circle immediately so that you can spin attack them, and then you can jump slash for the last one. So
that was literally
That was
ideal.
perfect.
That like never happened.
Is this Taz? Is this Taz?
Of note, most of the enemies in this game do have a pretty predictable RNG pattern. We can kind of figure out where they're gonna go. They have consistent pathing. Keys don't.
Yeah.
Keys just kind of flutter wherever they want to go and ruin your day. So like those keys were so cooperative. I think they got the message that we're on main stage.
yeah.
Nice, yeah.
This
Thank
is their
God.
moment to shine.
This really is.
All right, and like we said earlier, we got to pick up a pot.
Yep.
Something silly is about
What
to
does that
happen.
mean,
Just don't worry
Chad?
about it. Just don't worry about it.
That means the funny's gonna happen. Look at that, the funny.
That was
I see
so
like 3
funny.
seconds of movement. Yeah.
I do believe that's going to be our last pot trick for now. Don't worry, we'll do more fun tricks later. We have more than pots. I promise.
Yeah, and what we have right here is actually one of the coolest items of the game. It's the first item in the game too. Is the boomerang. The boomerang is awesome in this game. So basically, when I pull it out, I can just draw my path wherever I want to on the screen, and it'll go straight there like that. It's so cool.
And you do not need to start the boomerang at Link's position. You can start it much after it or even tap places around Link to have it go. So Shasta's going to be trying to minimize on drawing boomerang lines as much as he possibly can to save time.
Yep, this is genuinely probably the coolest boomerang in the entire series. I honestly feel like this game has some of the best items in the entire series.
I agree
my
as
God,
well.
yeah.
They're so cool,
Yeah,
all of
the
them.
integration of the items in the touchscreen is really impressive. This,
Oh.
this game,
That was weird. Okay.
Not to
So
worry.
something could happen because I'm going fast and all that good stuff. Is that I can like accidentally let go of my L or R button to put in my item, like before I even like complete my line, like right there. It happens sometimes. It's okay.
minor mistake.
Yeah.
Bubbles can be a little bit of annoying to miss, but luckily those ones are in a pretty consistent cycle.
We're in a weird spot right now for our health. Hopefully, I have to worry too much. This keys is being weird though. I'm gonna be a bit safe. I think right now it's probably a good idea. Yeah, rather than just trying to damage us through, it's like I normally do.
Oh my gosh.
We're good.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right.
Yeah.
I just rolled all 3 of them, so I got a chest from that too. That's fine.
Yeah.
Safety first. Do you want to see what's in that chest? We have it right here. I don't.
Might as well.
Well, yeah,
I'm
it's
going to
a
say it's a
treasure?
rupee.
I think it's rupees. Yeah,
It's
right.
probably rupees.
Yeah, it's rupees. There we
You got
go.
it.
Let's go. I'm rich.
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's win at capitalism.
All right, shout out to Hornlets for the strat.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
fine. Oh, no, okay, that's fine. Oh,
Oh my
Very
goodness. These rats.
I had some trouble with this
are
lately. It's
awful.
fine. I'm gonna wait for next one.
Yeah, give it one more cycle.
All right, how about this? I'm facing the other way. I should probably not face it that way.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh.
So funny thing that happened there too, the key can actually, if you destroy the rat too close to the hole, the key can just go straight into the hole and we have to start the room over again
Oh
to get back.
no, I didn't even know this.
It's happened to me a few times before. It's very unfortunate, but that's okay.
And a funny boomerang thing right there. Shasta drew a line such that the boomerang would hover in the air and then re-hit the switch so that it would raise and lower the red and blue pillars. So there's a lot of those in these dungeons, those red and blue pillars that up one thing and lower the other, and we're going to be doing as much as we can to manipulate those.
This is one of my favorite puzzles in the game, just because of how we do this in the run. So I do a solution to the puzzle right there. The small key drops. I'm just gonna run all the way over here, no problem. Catch it behind me like that, and we're good.
Sick.
We're kind
I
of
love
slick
that.
with it.
Yup.
Now we have a little bit of a random enemy arena here because we have 2 keys we have to get rid of. Plus we have to hit these yellow shoes to get rid of their electricity effects. Oh, no problem. We're
That
good.
was so
No problem. Let's go.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
He made that room look not annoying, which I assure you, it is.
Oh
It
my
is.
God.
It's pretty annoying.
Yeah, you kind of want to get them as fast as possible because we know where they initially spawn, but we don't know where they're going to go after that. And the
there we go.
more they get to move, the worse time you're going to have.
This is actually a pretty difficult first dungeon too. You can take a lot of chip damage on only 3 hearts and it can really make it difficult.
Yeah, you have to do a lot of damage boost too, especially early on in this dungeon. So it's very easy to just like lose your run here immediately if you're not careful. Well, Underrock's one of the hard dungeons in the run, I would say.
Yeah, we're gonna not have to worry nearly as much about health after a while, but for the first couple of dungeons, it is gonna be something we have to babysit.
Now, this is the boss key. It is one big key, so big, in fact, that we have to carry it to its destination.
Yeah.
Now, hold up, is it a boss key or a big key?
It's a boss key in
It's
this
boss
case.
key.
It's a boss key that happens to be big.
If
Yes.
you want to mess with your friends, make a quiz or something that asks you like in which Zelda games is it called the boss key or called the big key?
Yeah, the only one I know for certain is Link's Awakening. That's the nightmare key.
Yes.
Yeah, it literally changes like for a half of Zelda games at least, I swear.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you can just be Skyward Sword, where we don't have boss keys or big keys. They just all have unique names.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, let's hear it for the Blessed Idol, my favorite boss key.
Woo! Blessed Idol, yeah.
I know.
All right, we've already made it to the Fire Temple boss, Blaz, the Master of Fire. So watch the top screen. Shasta's gonna have to chain Blaz together, 1, 2, 3, based on the horns on the top screen of these little
A little weird.
underlings.
There we go.
We can't hit him until we put them all back together, and if you put them in the wrong order, then you have to try again.
Oh, I didn't stun him.
Oh.
no.
My bird
Nice.
knocked him out in time there. There we go.
Yeah,
Let's
this
do more.
is a very difficult thing to do as a speedrunner because you have to be able to count to 3, and I'm bad at that.
And they like to adjust themselves in such a way where 3 and 2 swap positions.
we're good.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, if you pick them up in the wrong order by accident, you will have to restart that section. And sometimes if they're too close to each other, it just does it automatically.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's the Fire Temple.
There we
That
go.
was good.
So this boss is going to explode into some colorful dust, which we'll actually explain later.
Yes.
But right now, just enjoy the pretty dust.
It's so pretty. Ooh.
I wish
Sparkly.
we could pick it up and put it in something.
If only we
We could
could.
put it in our pants.
That's true.
Well, that is how the beach works.
Yes. I love sand. It's comfy and easy to wear.
It's so good, beach.
Sand in my pockets, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, pocket sand, exactly.
Confuse your enemies.
All
All right,
right.
we're going back to Astrid now. Linebeck is going to be there too. There's a whole bit early on in the game where it's like, why aren't you helping us? Linebeck, you're an adult. You should help us out. We're only a child. And he's just like, oh, I got to go polish my my ship's rudder. Bye. He's lost stuff like that early on. It's pretty great.
I should mention that even the text mashing is done on the touch screen here, so you get no relief. You are tapping with that stylus for the entire game.
The whole shebang.
If you can believe it, Spirit Tracks is even longer.
It's true.
Let's hear it for Spirit Tracks Link.
I love Spirit Tracks.
Definitely not a Wind Waker Link that I put a conductor hat on. But Spirit Tracks is one of the few Zelda games that's never been a GDQ.
Yep. This
Much
one
like,
is also his first appearance too.
Yeah, much like Phantom Hourglass was. So, y'all, if you like Link being 7 pixels tall, consider Spirit Tracks in the future.
It's a just under 4 hours for the walker for that run, but it is a cool run to say the least.
Yeah.
Downside are the rails, but like the dungeons are really, really cool.
Yeah, the dungeons are extremely busted in Spirit Tracks. There's actually a lot
That's
more
a
going
frog.
on.
That's a frog. Ooh.
Wait, can we look at it?
I wish we could shoot it.
Oh, no.
Touch the
No.
wildlife.
What did he
Look
ever
at
do to
them.
you, man?
It's jumping right in front of us.
Ah, they're gone.
Oh, and
You
They're
scared
who
him
you said.
away.
he heard you, man. I can't believe you'd say that.
Can't believe it. Can't believe you've done this.
Can't believe it.
By the way, I would like to shout out the German Restream community. I'm from Germany, and right now we have Cube and Toadswood commentating this run. Shout out to y'all.
Big shout out to
Huge
Toadswood.
shouts.
Toadswood actually tasked Spirit Tracks.
Yeah.
One of the people tasked Spirit Tracks, along with the Japanese writer named Karage as well. Mm-hmm. And found a lot of glitches in that game too. The run would not be the same without him for sure.
All right. Welcome back to the Temple of the Ocean King, which is a phrase that you're going to hear way too often in this speed run.
It was a very controversial decision when this game came out that you have to visit the Temple of the Ocean King so many times. But as speedrunners, we're actually going to visit it one less time than you're intended to. We're going to combine 2 of our visits together. And that's going to be probably one of the biggest
Is there something
sort of
up there?
breaks in the game.
Is there something
what is
up
that
there?
blue thing?
A thing?
Wait,
Whoa.
wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Oh my God, we have it.
Oh my
the Phantom
God!
Hourglass.
It's the Phantom
Whoa.
Hourglass.
How'd you get that?
Etsy.
Shout out to Etsy.
Shout out to
All right, so the Phantom Hourglass is the container of the golden sand that we picked up from the last bosses. And the general gimmick is that if you remember the ouch floor inside of the temple itself, that gets negated while the Phantom Hourglass is ticking down. So it's ticking. You guys see this? It's ticking. We're only safe while it's running. So Shasta, we're never really going to be that in danger of this in the speed run of losing all of our time. But you should know that if Shasta were to run out of all of that hourglass time, then he would start taking damage in any non-safe space floor like we did earlier, because this room is full of poison gas or something.
Evil magic.
It's just
Evil
evil
mist.
magic, I guess.
Evil
I don't
magic
know.
looks a lot like poison gas.
Yeah, it's called
Many are saying
miasma.
this.
Many are saying this. All right, so it's the titular phantoms.
Yeah, they are.
So phantoms, we don't want them to see us at all. If they see us, well, actually, that's a lie. We do want them to see us sometimes, but most of the time we don't. If
Yeah.
they see us, they'll charge us and they'll chase us until we run into a safe zone and they give up on the fight. On this floor, Shasta does actually want to trigger them at some point, but they are on cycles, so we need to trigger them at a specific point in their cycle.
See if I can get the funny little like combination cuts in here. That didn't happen. That's fine. We're like one tiny bit movement away from being higher. Yeah, there we go. That's fine.
Oh no, you've been spotted.
I have you now.
Get over here.
Get over here.
Oh, where'd he go?
They didn't see me again?
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Stop
Take a
there.
second.
Yeah, we do want them to follow us here because we're gonna do a bit of a manipulation.
Thank
That
you,
wasn't
thank you.
intended.
Very nice.
That wasn't intended, Dizzy, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you don't have to donate $5
Also,
for
didn't see me
that.
there.
You can.
Easy.
But
you
can, and you should, actually.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, you got hit.
Oh no. Ah.
Just kidding.
You lost
Yeah,
a
no,
whole minute?
Oh no.
Yeah, no, that was completely intended because
Yeah.
now we can go to this door much faster.
Yeah, it just saves a little bit of time movement.
You lose
Little
about,
things here and there, you know.
what is it, like 30-something seconds every time they slash? Okay, get used to this floor.
Yeah, this
Get
is
used to this floor. We're gonna be here every single time.
Yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna show
This will
you.
be on the quiz, by the way, after this.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope you guys are writing the answers down.
Yes.
We're gonna show you one of the coolest things about the boomerang and why the boomerang is such a neat item.
It's awesome. So the thing with the boomerang they can do is that there's no hitbox when it comes back, otherwise it gets stuck on stuff. So we can just kind of do this, because there is a grab box.
Just like that.
Yep.
It just skips half the floor.
Yeah.
That
Be
seems
prepared to see that a bunch of more times.
Yeah.
You'll see that 2 more times. Pop off every single time, please.
Every time we come back to the Temple of the Ocean King, you're intended to do floors that you've already done differently using the different items you have. You can skip different portions with bombs and with bow and whatever. But that room, while there is another whole half of the room, we will never see it. And there is nothing that's faster than clipping that boomerang through a wall. It's the only room that will never change at all.
The only change we'll make is at some point we just won't do it.
Yes.
That is true. That is true.
All right, so
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, this room has a good display of dealing with phantom cycles. So we're kind of taking this in a very specific way so that a phantom ends up where we need him at the right time. These early on phantoms aren't as troublesome as later phantoms, so we don't need to worry about them too much, so we can leave the force gems in front of them, or the magical Dorito, whatever you want to call it.
That's what I call them at least.
And
I
we're
call
gonna-
him a tringle.
The Tringle, yeah.
A tringle, tringle, cooloolimpo.
Those are the magic
Did you ever like
words.
Zelda?
Don't steal
I like Zelda.
I like Zelda.
I think Zelda's pretty cool.
Where's Zelda in this game?
There's only Tetra.
Oh.
Spoiler.
Different person.
Well, we don't know that they're not different people because we skipped
We're
the
not
opening
doing the
cutscene.
Zelda chic thing. They're different people. I've had enough of that argument over the years.
Oh my, oh
You've had
no.
enough. Sheesh. Okay.
They're different people.
But yeah, these blue phantoms, which is the only ones we're going to interact with now, are quite silly and don't think anything suspicious about having a magical Dorito or a Tringle shoved straight in front of them, and they won't even think to like peek around the corner. The later ones will get more annoying, but for now we can just like play chicken with their AI.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. These ones are not that bad to deal with at all, thankfully. And they also move very slow, which is very nice too. Later ones though, we'll get there, we'll get there.
All right, so that's actually the last bit of this visit that we need to do, so we're gonna go ahead and grab our reward.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
We're about to set the northwest sea chart. That's where we're getting right here. And then, yeah, so now we have good time for that. So.
Yeah.
I have $1,000.
Oh my
from Anonymous.
gosh.
No
Let's
comment.
go.
Thank you so much for your generosity.
Incredible. Thank
That's
you
a
so
lot
much.
of dizzies.
I didn't count that many.
It's a lot of Disneys right there.
I can't count.
If I get Disney 200 times this run, I don't know what I'm gonna
I
do.
think you should quit at that point.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the northeastern half, or the northwestern, wait,
Northwest.
northwestern half of
Yes.
the map
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
is now unlocked.
Yeah.
All the sea charts are named like after like what part of like what direction they're in. So like we get the southwest sea chart which earlier, now the northwest sea charts. Later we get the the other ones. It's there. You know
Yeah.
the pattern.
I have a mnemonic device from when I was a kid. You can remember north, east, south, and west. Never eat soggy waffles.
Ooh, I've heard that before.
I've always heard shredded wheat.
Huh?
Yeah.
That works too.
The soggy
That's
waffles
healthy
do
though.
sound.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
I
it's-
got this.
Oh,
Remember, this is a DS game.
It's a DS game.
you gotta blow the dust away.
As an asmag, I don't like that puzzle.
So I just want to shout out that for a time, for some of the blow into the mic strats, I used to use a can of compressed air because I really did not want to have to use my lungs constantly. I've since moved over to just using my lungs, but shout out to compressed air speedrunning if anybody's ever tried to do that.
We'll also talk more later about
Shout out
some
to compressed air.
some
shout out.
microphone
Yeah,
shenanigans.
compressed air keeps my keyboard clean.
Compressed air, my goat.
Oh, another
We found
gold
a
frog.
frog.
Oh man, I
Same
want to
one
shoot
from
that
before.
one too.
We love them.
Oh,
And they're gone.
scared him away again.
Oh no.
Do you think we'll ever be friends with the frogs?
No.
No.
I believe that we can coexist peacefully with the frogs.
Hell yeah. Their answer.
All right, so this time we're going to be introduced to the mail carrier mechanic. We're going to be trying very hard for the rest of the run not to run in front of mailboxes because it will make the mail carrier deliver our outstanding bills, and we don't like those because we're poor. So
We got to use our rupees for other stuff. We can't pay
Yes.
bills right now, guys.
Exactly.
we are
For
about-
instance, the Cannons Island,
Yeah.
on Can Island, we need to go buy that, but the guy who makes it, he's currently hard at work. So we talk to his assistant, you say, you can probably go bother him if you go around the whole island to go to his back door and stuff. So we're going to go do that, basically.
Technically speaking, we don't have to go throughout the entire island, but that trick also sucks a lot.
Yeah, there is a trick to be able to not do that, but it's very annoying. There's the setup for it makes it more consistent, but it's still something I'm not going for in this run.
It's
one of
still
the few tricks I'm not going for in this run in general.
perfect, like pixel perfect
Yeah.
touch screen input, and if that sounds bad, it's because it is.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
and
bad.
you have to like lure a choo-choo up and then jump off of the fence, press select, then hit the choo-choo while you're still falling. It's insane and so hard.
Yeah, and shouts to Slifite Gaming for finding that trick as well, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
She
also-
found a few other tricks in this run as well beyond that, including the largest glitch in this run you'll see later on down the line.
Shoutouts to the tutorial video for it, where it is described as "Get your pet Choo-Choo and take him for a walk."
Yes.
Oh, hey, 200 rupees.
All right.
Man.
That's 200 rupees.
We're rich.
We need those, not just for the cannon that we have to buy, but later on we have an expense that will be anywhere from 200 to 300 rupees. So we need to start collecting now. And that's some pretty fast money. You know, as Fetty Wap once said, all fast money, no slow bucks.
Poetry.
Great poets of our time.
One
Yep.
of the greatest American philosophers.
That's so true.
50 rupees, that's so much.
Oh my god.
We'll
you
never
get that
spend
money?
any more than that.
It's true.
Oh, and here's a fun little thing. You can just run on this edge here,
You just do that.
and there we are.
By the way, those 200 rupees in that tree, if you roll into the tree the wrong way, that can totally just fall in the water, and that's
Yeah,
so
and that
bad.
sucks. Yeah.
Gotta be very careful there.
All
It's
right,
like for our
guys.
sailing pathing as well.
It's going to be one of the longest sailing sections of the run right here. So it's telling you how to use the cannon, and we're doing some boat hops. So.
But yeah, you tap anywhere on the screen to use the cannon. I try to like do like this sometimes where I jump and then tap
Yeah.
somewhere like this.
Gives you a little bit of extra distance.
Yeah, it's really cool because it actually doesn't use bomb ammo at all, unlike Wind Waker where it does use bomb ammo. So I'd say a good change from that game for sure.
It's a bar.
It'll be okay. Bam.
All right, we're
Oh
good.
no, not
Nothing
the
to worry
bar.
about.
Not a jumping boat. Oh no.
So something the game intends you to do before you even go to Can Island in the first place is to go to the very top of this map and try and go to the Northwest Sea because just unlocked it, gotta do that. But there's a cyclone there that'll stop you. And then you know you can go over here maybe, but there's always rocks that stop you if you destroy the cannon. So then the only place left is Cannon Island after that, and that's how we advance the game. But now we're going over to this part. I'm sailing north here because what's going to happen in just 1 second? That is, you know, the ghost ship. Like Scuba is a ghost ship. It's a ghost.
Yeah, the game intends you to follow the ghost ship on a merry little goose chase all over, but we're going to ignore it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do our own thing, and the ghost ship actually is just going to follow us because we are that cool.
Yeah, we actually don't care about what the ghost ship's doing. We just want to void out, so we're going to make a beeline to do that as fast as possible.
It's actually really funny if you look on this next screen. If you pay attention to the ghost ship, you'll see that we are so fast that at some point the ghost ship will just match our speed so it doesn't get behind us. I think it'll happen right now.
Yeah, somewhere around here.
Yeah. After that, yeah, it's just exactly our speed.
Yeah, the ghost ship is going to go to the very top left corner of the map, but we're just going to ignore that and just go to the right because the game doesn't want us to go here. So it just teleports us back to where we need to be even faster. That's the idea. On the way here, too, is also enemies we can destroy, and we're going to hope that we get like 20 rupees from them sometimes.
Oh, that was nice.
We'll take a 5 rupee for sure, too. But that's the idea. They're kind of a source of money for a while. And a fun fact here, this cutscene does not exist in the Japanese version. There's a few cutscenes missing in the Japanese version, including like the Cyclone Slate cutscene, which is important for later, and a few other differences like that make it pretty fast. But overall, in the end, Wii U Virtual Console is faster because it runs the game faster. Plus, also a huge English-exclusive glitch we'll be doing later on in this run, too.
Yeah, and that glitch could technically be done on a DS, but it is way harder to do than the tools we have available on Wii U VC. So it is almost a VC-only trick.
Almost.
Almost.
It still works.
It can be done on a DS, but do you want it to do on a DS? Do you want
Probably
it to do on a DS?
not.
While we're boat hopping, do we know how close we are to that glitch exhibition?
Good point,
Speaking
good
of
point.
I
that-
just saw that we were just at 69% there.
Nice.
Yes, we are
Nice.
just over $17,300 towards that glitch exhibition.
Are we going to hit that before the hour mark passes here? Let's do that. I believe.
I believe in y'all.
Yeah.
Go Twitch chat, you got this. I also have an update about the bonus round incentive for the Community Clash. Feel free to choose the final round question.
Ooh.
Open bid war. The choices are either parkour or menus.
Ooh.
So if
I
you
love
do,
menus.
if you want that to be the final round question, or if you want your own.
By the way, right there, we had to be really careful to say no because Linebeck hates Molida Island.
I don't know why.
Like,
I have my theories, but like, yeah.
Wait, you mean not every island is just named after the item you get there?
No, surprisingly not.
Wait, this isn't Shovel Island?
I think for ease of access, we'll just call it Shovel Island.
This is Shovel
Yeah.
Island.
This is Shovel Island.
Shovel
I
Island.
claim
yes.
this land in the name of Groose. This is Shovel Island.
My boy Groose. All right, so in order to enter this cave, we had to talk to that guy and then slightly leave so that he's like, wait, because he says some mean stuff. And then
Keys.
oh,
I hate
that's
that
a
keys.
fantastic keys.
That's a classic of this run right here. Oh, all right, so we're gonna throw this boomerang out here, and this aim is gonna spawn right here, no problem. And oh no, we're good.
So for the longest time, that used to be called a Zora Warrior in all the official guides, but with Zelda Encyclopedia, they decided to rename it to Geozard. I really prefer Zora Warrior.
I agree.
Because that really reminds people of like the River Zoras that happen to be in like the earlier series, which are making a resurgence. They were in Echoes.
Yep.
They were, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of mix of old and new Zelda in this game.
Oh,
unfortunate.
these keys, man.
They were nice earlier, but now they're being
Yeah,
a
this-
little mean.
This is just because they were so good earlier.
But yeah, now we have the shovel right here.
By the way, this shovel imbues us with the wisdom of knowing how to go through that maze at the top.
It does, yes.
Yeah, there's like a specific route that you have to take through the ghost ship fog area so that you don't void out when you try to leave. And for some reason, owning a shovel is how you know how to do that.
Makes
By the
sense
way-
to me.
Yeah, no, it checks out, checks out.
By the way, there was a character there on the south that you saw the head of. Her name is Potato for some reason.
Fantastic name.
Great.
Potato!
My goat.
Potato goat.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm be going to now the Northwest Sea and doing that exact path, which you'll see in just a little bit here. We gotta do it pretty optimally too, so we don't lose a whole lot of time movements. And beyond that, we're just be doing a bunch of boat jumping like this. So I would say once we probably do some donations right now, but just keep that in mind. I do draw the path pretty optimally up here. So if I can do that.
Sounds good. I got $11 from Floofy Gabe. We want to see that sweet, sweet glitch exhibition happening. So I had to do my part and donate for that incentive. Good luck on your run, Shasta.
Thank you very much. You will not be disappointed. You got a few minutes, by the way.
Oh, sounds good. I got $25 from Wes64.
Wes.
Good luck on your run, Shasta. Always fun to check into your DS Destruction series. Also, love you, Palamer.
Yeah, DS Destruction, by the way, is my series to complete beat every single Nintendo DS game ever released in North America, at least. Hold on, I gotta do this. There we go.
That's our path.
That was pretty good. I'll take that. But yeah, I'm doing that right now. I'm currently 282 games in. I'll be doing more of it after I get back from SGDQ, of course. But yeah, if you like Nintendo DS games, follow my stream for sure.
I like Nintendo DS games.
Twitch.tv/MR_Shasta.
I like Nintendo DS games.
Shout outs to the Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
I love Nintendo DS. I mean, I wouldn't be doing a console channel like this if it wasn't my favorite system, after all. I actually did play this game for that challenge as well, too. I 100%ed it when I got there, which is the first time I've done that in many years. Actually, ever. Because, yeah, first time ever, actually. I've gotten close once, but yeah. That was a lot of fun. This game's just a great casual game, to say the least, and fun speedrun, too.
Yeah, you won't see it, but there's a lot of fishing in the 100% category that you got to do. And there's a lot of islands that you won't see in this run at all. Like there's an island called DS Island, which is shaped like a giant DS, and we don't get to see it at all. But it's there, I'm telling you.
Do we have any more boat hopping donations?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I do have a quick update. What I really want chat to do, I want a $5 hype train to kind of get us through. I want chat to tell us what game they can insert into menus or parkour with your donations.
That or like, what's your favorite DS game possibly? What's your favorite Zelda game to get to? All that good stuff, you know?
Why do you love The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass?
What games inspire you?
Why is The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass objectively the best Zelda game? Please respond. I don't mind how you respond.
I do like this game.
Just please respond.
I do like this game a lot. I've played it. It's probably the game I played the most before I started speedrunning in terms of single player games, but like, it's not my favorite Zelda game though.
Yeah.
That's Spirit Tracks. I love Spirit Tracks.
Link Between Worlds for me.
Yeah.
My favorite is
Underrated
Wind
as
Waker.
Shout out.
Also, Wind Waker is great. I love Wind Waker too.
Wind Waker is probably my number 3.
I'm a huge fan of Link's Awakening DX, which is actually featured earlier here in this event. So shout out to having 2 handheld Zelda runs in one event.
Shout out to Ryan Ford.
Yeah, for me, the top 3 are Link Between Worlds, Majora's Mask, and then Wind Waker.
Let's do like 1 or 2 more donations right now.
For sure. I've got $100 from Hornlets.
Yo!
It's so exciting to finally get to see this run on the big stage. It's been a really long road for the community to get here. I love this game dearly, and I'm so happy you're all here showing it off. Good luck, Shasta, and may your tree clip be real.
Thank you very much, Hornlets. She's done a lot for this game, to say the least, so over the years. Like, she's awesome. Can you get a round of applause for Hornlets, please?
Shout out to Hornlets.
Shout out to Hornlets.
She had the world record several times, including, so before, we had a big blitz for the world record about a year ago between Shasta and the other really good runner, Ben Stevens. But before they both got it, it belonged to Hornlets at a 307. She had taken it down further from a 309, and she holds all the IL world records. So Hornlets is a massive gamer for this game.
Shout out to Ben Stevens as well, too. You have to give him as a backup for our last events. That was really awesome to see. That's when I knew this game had a chance at that point, because we kept submitting it and like nothing's really been doing in terms of like getting anything on the schedule for it anyway. But you know, that being on backup last event definitely said to me that yeah, there's definitely a shot. And I'm happy to hear. I'm so happy to see that.
Yeah, Ben.
Ben is also a legend too. He's found so much for this game as well, and a bunch of other Zelda games too.
He's a huge handheld Zelda runner. I run OOT 3D and Majora's Mask 3D as well, and Ben is the king of setup. Not the king of setups. A lot of people made setups, but he's made a lot of setups still.
Yeah.
And he's helped me so much without even realizing it. Big shout outs to Ben.
So we're gonna see,
minor skip right there. We jump over the fence just by going the correct like down left angle there. It skips a little bit of dialogue and type of movement.
Yeah, we're coming up to the section of this game that is just Dune. If you saw the movie Dune, this is Dune. Now you don't have to go see the movie Dune if you haven't.
Yes.
But we are going to be interacting with some sandworms here. If they catch you, they will chomp you and take your health, and it's bad. But they are very, very fast.
Worm sign.
And
That shouldn't be happening there.
oh,
I'm gonna say the thing. That's never happened before. Whoa!
That got me off guard. So he just jumped straight into the.
Never happens. Like
Legitimately, they're
he goes
supposed
over.
to follow the bomb.
Yeah, he's supposed to follow the bomb there. That was weird.
yeah, it was probably like a frame off.
This is another puzzle wherein you needed to go somewhere and write down all the correct locations of these little windmills. But guess what? We know them.
I got knowledge, baby. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Knowledge is the ultimate puzzle.
Knowledge is power. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to knowledge.
Yeah, shout out to you, Brains. Cool organ.
Shouts to Brains. We're going to give you a test later.
True.
All right, temple number 2. Welcome to the
Temple of Winds.
Link is so strong he can open a door through a wall like that.
There he goes.
He's so good. Look at him. Now we're gonna do another puzzle here right afterwards where instead of just waiting for the bomb to explode up here, I'm just gonna throw it and then hopefully the boomerang hits it. It's a little fanky. There we go. Oh, that was weird. That happens sometimes too.
Yeah.
Classic.
That's not happened before. That has happened before.
It's
Yeah.
really
Yes.
unfortunate because it means you have to wait
There we
for
go.
the
There we
bombs
go.
to respawn. There we
Yeah.
go.
Unfortunate time loss, but it's how it is.
There's another puzzle coming up that I have a grudge against, because like the game definitely intends for you to move that box, but you can just hit that switch with a boomerang. What is the point of that box?
It's so weird. Why'd they do that?
Listen, that's for the people who didn't give the shout outs to Brains.
True.
Right.
I will say
all
that
the brainless people.
I definitely, before I start spearing, always move the box. I will say that.
Yeah,
The brainless people might be us sometimes.
that's very true.
Definitely is.
All
I'm
right.
definitely no thought to empty. That's for sure.
All right, here's a cool little combat in this room. We're gonna make a half circle and stab, and now they're
Oh,
all
I missed
wait,
it.
ooh,
There we go.
now they're all dead.
There we go.
Yeah,
I do like that though.
Only,
so boomerangs
sorry.
can only destroy in one hit. I think snakes, rats, keys, and spiders as well. Which we'll see later of spiders.
Maybe also the tiny like gels.
I don't
No,
think they
not those
can.
two. Can
Really?
they?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I've
not
never
sure.
tried against them before because my sword's cool and good.
It's
Yeah.
not useful against them, so.
Yeah. Speaking of things that are useful, we're going to be going over here to these rocks, and they're going to start shaking. Turns out they're actually rock chews. We're going to just now bomb them with these bombs here. I'm going to do this because it's funny. There we go.
That was pretty baller.
Yeah.
Yeah, those chews got a funny little hat.
Yeah, we do have to take a little bit of care with our health total here because we are coming up to more sandworms, and we would like to be the Kwisatz Haderach and not get nommed by a sandworm, but you know, it happens. Though Shasta is really good at this game, and hopefully there will be no sandworm nomming
Hopefully.
for the rest of the run.
Sometimes they were a little weird in this next room, but hopefully they're on point today.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
In this room, we need to dig up 4 very specific locations of wind in order to open the doors to get out of here. This is, again, another puzzle where they wanted you to write the solution down on the top screen so that when you came back here, you knew it. But guess what? We already know it.
We already know it. Knowledge power. It's like the, I forget what they call it. Like the winds of whatever in this room. I forget. There's some name for it in specific.
Oh, I have no idea anymore.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. But yeah, just have to get those 4 there and unlock the doors in this room, so we just go right through them. The main thing we're going to be doing is going through the main area here and hang 2 floor switches, and that will like spin these like windmills around. That's what we need to actually get to the item of the dungeon. And tactical dizzy right here.
Nice.
There we go.
A lot of tactical 4 rolls in the cutscenes like that. We do that a lot in this run.
As long as you can overlap the dizzy with a cutscene, it's not a real dizzy.
Or you can like cancel it off of like a small key door or just like certain doorways too. If they load in a whole new map, will also make it so you don't get dizzy. Stuff like that, and switches as well.
While we're re-navigating this room, do we have any more donations towards that glitch exhibition?
Agreed.
Oh yeah, let me check.
Tactical dizzy.
$100 from Dan, watching GDQ while I'm supposed to be working. Donation goes to the Phantom Hourglass Glitch Exhibition because breaking games is half the fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
You got a little more time.
All right, awesome. I've got a few more for you all. I got $50 from Jamie the Bnee.
Shout out, Jamie.
I'm supposed to be working during a run, but I found this really cool looking sword. I swung it at my work computer because I thought it would freeze time until the run ends, but now my computer's in pieces and I can't put it back together.
Oh no.
Maybe I needed more sand. Oh well.
Maybe. Thanks, Jamie. All right, we got the bombs now. The bombs are very, very good in this game. I'm trying to avoid these sandworms like this, and we are good. But yeah, so we can throw a bomb and then slash it with our sword, which we kind of did earlier. I just didn't really mention it, but yeah, we do that a lot throughout this. Okay, that was weird.
A little early.
Oh, it's because I threw it directly at that instead of throwing it normally in the room. That's fine. There
All
we
right,
go.
dingless.
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 always.
We get a little ding. Let's see. Sometimes there's like a small ding that happens, but I'm a little slow right here.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be a timer here for the door to close, but we're just
Dingless, there we go.
Dingless.
I might probably should have shown that off just because it's funny. Just take a little ding, and that's it. That's okay.
Yeah, we are quickly coming up on the boss key for this dungeon, and we just have one more janky puzzle on the way, which there's 2 ways to cheese this, and both of them are kind of annoying.
Ah, come on. I'm like targeting the bomb in accident. That's what's happening. There we go.
There
Okay.
we go.
Yeah, that was a little straight. I was targeting the bomb in accident. I was trying to slash downwards. It happens.
So if you walk too far down in that room, it triggers a little cutscene to show you that you have to like throw 2 bombs to make this work. But you can do what Shasta did, which is throw a bomb and then immediately stab the other switch. Or you could throw a boomerang and immediately stab the other switch. So there's levels to it.
I believe our entire couch is boomerang users.
Yeah, we're boomerangs.
Yes.
We're a bunch of dirty boomerang users, and Shasta's the only bomb user amongst us.
That's how I've always done all those years.
We are coming up to our second dungeon boss, who is almost entirely RNG and wasting our ammo with wild abandon.
But it's okay. He's just a little guy. We love
He's
him.
just a little guy.
Fun fact, that little map that we just went through looks like him.
It does. I never noticed. Oh, hi, Cyclops.
This is Cyclops. So he has
This
tornadoes that
guy.
spawn around here, or cyclones, I guess, in this case. Hopefully he's not nice this time around. Maybe he'll be okay.
But you can throw it in.
No. So yeah, I'm okay.
What?
He's still hitting.
What?
It's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bombs are more powerful than our swords. We just throw bombs in them over and over again. And then it's either random. Is that left or right?
side.
Left or right? Left or
Calling
right?
it.
Left side.
Yes.
Oh,
Come on, yeah.
Bam! There we go.
Nice.
That was
1, 2,
decent,
3,
Cyclops.
and he's dead. There we go.
There you
Sweet.
go.
Very nice.
Bye, little friend.
Bye, Cyclops.
It's gonna explode.
No.
Oh, I just turned in. Oh, no, he did explode.
That's okay. He's going to help us.
Yes, he's gonna give us 2 minutes.
Ooh, that's a lot of minutes. I'll stop we can do in 2 minutes, like read donation. We're just leaving the island. You can read some donations here if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Just real quick, I wanted to remind everyone that you can donate in 2 different ways. One, you can go to our website to use the donate button at the top, or you can donate on the Twitch extension in your stream on desktop or laptop. Click where it says donate to charity, choose to donate to the Doctors Without Borders, and then choose your donation. Make sure that you authorize the Twitch extension within 15 minutes before, so you can get in your incentive.
All right, we're gonna go right over here, just randomly, just because
Yeah.
it's like a cool spot, honestly.
I like that
Also,
corner.
pay attention
Yeah.
to these tornadoes. They're going to be important later. That's on the test.
Yeah.
It's on
Yep.
the test. Those
Yep.
tornadoes we destroyed, very important.
I don't remember what's on the test. Is it actually on the test?
It's on the test.
Yeah, I'd say
It's
so.
on the
I'd say
test?
so.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
It's on the test.
write it down. Get your note cards out.
I always teach my Twitch robot to take the tests for me.
Ooh.
Okay, so we are taking a little bit of a detour before we head to the next dungeon here. Might have something to do with this figure rising out of the ocean to
I
the
don't
left.
see it.
What figure?
What are you talking
I don't
about?
see
Yeah,
a
no, it's
figure.
off camera. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about here.
What?
Wait.
Whoa!
Whoa! This
you
thing?
mean that figure?
Where'd that come from? Whoa!
Yeah, nice.
Very
All
nice.
right, that's a cutscene skip right there. So if you discover an island right up next to it like that, you can actually skip the zoom-in cutscene, which takes about 10 seconds or so, of Limelight being like, whoa, island? Wow, that's cool. They have those on the ocean now?
So this is Uncharted Island. We are about to become Nathan Drake. We're gonna you're supposed to actually chart this island on your top screen with the map feature, which is like super cool. And then
Cute.
and then you have to do a little puzzle where, with whatever actually happens to be the shape of this island, you actually have to hit 4 specific of these gossip stones in a very specific order to open the middle cave, which is very cool.
This is definitely one of the most memorable like casual puzzles. I highly recommend just playing it casually. Like, I hate that I have to spoil it a little bit for people, but go play it casually.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so fun.
It's fantastic.
This is a really hard puzzle for me as a kid, I'll tell you what.
By the way, can I point out that the gossip stones look like Wario?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah, I can see it.
One-eyed.
They got the stash.
All right, so that was all very important because we have a special item that we can grab in here. And the item's going to be given to us by a character that might look a little bit familiar. We've been seeing characters that look like him at least.
Oh, nice, Dizzy.
And that
Dizzy
is this giant golden frog.
The guy from Dune.
We love the Cyclone King. Look
Oh
at
my
him.
God, it's the bear.
What a lad.
It's the guy from Dune. You can tell by the blue in the eyes.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
Spice
It's
user.
Timothy Chalamet.
And we got our magical GBA cartridge here, the Cyclone Slate. Sorry, I stole your joke.
It's a good
I think
joke.
it was Nintendo's joke.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
All right, so that's an important item. That is our warp item for this game. In a lot of Zelda games, of course, you have an item to warp around. This is our item. So we have a slate, but we actually can't use it to do anything yet. We actually have to go interact with those golden frogs in the ocean. With the cannon, we can absolutely do that. So we're gonna have to do that before we leave.
It's our friend cannon, is what.
I told you to shoot him.
We shoot them with love.
I don't want to touch the wildlife.
Well, then you can't be fast.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a fun thing too, is that I actually don't need this item to beat the game. However, it saves so much time and so much sailing time especially that it just, you kind of need it really at the end of the day.
In fact, back what I was talking about before the run, when I was faster than everyone else at Zelda Dungeon Marathon in 2017, that's because they decided not to get the Cyclone Slate.
no.
Yeah, explain it then, yeah.
Yeah, and I was behind and I got it, and yeah, I annihilated them because it's so good.
There you are.
There he
Take a
is.
second. It's random when they spawn. Oh!
What?
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
so
that's unlucky.
we're gonna do a little turnaround here real quickly, just like
Yeah,
this.
we're gonna need him to respawn.
Yeah, we need to
That was really
respawn. So
unfortunate.
I kind of got them on the very edge of where they spawn right there. That's on me. That's fine.
There we
There
go.
he
There
is.
we
Very
go.
uncommon mistake, I must say, but
We're
it's
also
okay.
being attacked by pirates.
Oh.
Pirates are not actually a random spawn. They spawn in consistent
All right.
locations.
They're gonna give me a little symbol here like that. Backwards in, write it down. All right,
Yep,
cool.
you
Got
wrote
it?
it-
Cool, nice.
where'd you write it
Oops,
down?
wrong
Did you
one.
write it down?
I didn't write it down, my bad.
There's a bomb coming to hit you.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
Don't worry
Oh,
about
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, we're ending the game. We're done.
Yeah.
So we save and quit there so that we can reload back at the island entrance that we just exited. It saves a slight amount of time from sailing and also gets us away from those pirates. And this is about the moment where we start looking at our money to make sure that we have enough because we're going to need to spend it soon. We've got almost 300 rupees, so we're
Yep.
right on target. We might not even have to spend 300 rupees. You'll see why when we get there.
Yeah, there's a guaranteed 20 rupee drop that I get if I'm low enough or need about 20 rupees in Temple of the King, which I might have to get this time around. That's totally okay. It's not out of the way at all. But yeah. Oh, right here? No, that's fine.
Almost. So
But we're
close.
almost there.
Yeah.
A few stray rupees and we got it.
We
Man,
are
with
still-
those
Oh, sorry.
with those weird with those weird planned enemies, I really hope there's not a bigger one of those.
That'd be
Yeah,
the
no,
worst,
those are
honestly, if
Yeah.
it was.
We also are just heading our way back to Temple of the Ocean King. So I think this might be a good time if we have any donations or updates.
Agreed.
Yeah, for sure. I've got. We are also just under $6,000 to go for that glitch exhibition.
Ooh, we're close. Yeah, keep it
Dollar
coming.
bucket.
Keep it coming.
I've also got $150 from Prosty. Hi, Shasta and Couch, self-proclaimed Ohio expert here. Do all the
Ooh.
things on GDQ, Hotfix, and DS Destruction are always my best way to spend my Friday nights. While Phantom Hourglass may have a great sea, it doesn't have any Great Lakes. If you and the Couch can list all 5 of the Great Lakes in North America, I'll donate another 50 rupees.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
dollars.
a test.
So do we all have to do it or can one of us do it?
I believe it's an open book test, so...
Okay.
All
right.
I know is Lake Erie.
Okay,
That's
Erie.
my contribution.
I'm-
Ontario,
I've done.
Superior, Huron. What's
I
the
had it for a
last
second.
one?
I had
Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah.
Michigan.
Like the States.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Michigan's my favorite Pokemon.
Ooh.
I used to live in Rochester, New York, which is right between Erie and Ontario, so I'm very familiar with the snow that comes off those lakes.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, we've got the Fire and Hourglass going.
Yep.
So, what you're going to see here is a good example of what multiple visits with new items can do. We open up much faster paths to stuff that we've already solved, which means that we can go ahead and nab this key way quicker than we used to.
Oh,
And,
Dizzy.
We got a little dizzy
That's
on the way.
our third Dizzy, yeah? Our third
think so.
unintentional
I'm
Dizzy?
not sure. Probably.
I think it's our third.
I
Yeah.
trust
We'll say 3.
Chat, please donate to tell me if I'm
All right.
wrong.
This is on the quiz. Someone. What happens here?
We slash the wall, and then we slash the thing, and then we pull the thing, and then we slash the thing, and then we boomerang the thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Though I do a little boomerang right here instead of a slash, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna do 2 rolls down here, and then we're gonna do a little. There we go.
Yeah. Woo. Those setups are really neat.
Whoa.
You're gonna see a harder. You're gonna see a harder one of those in a couple minutes. Basically, you're just trying to make sure that the thing you want is between the boomerang and Link, and it's a little counterintuitive to set up.
You also want to make sure that you do not bonk the boomerang on anything, because if it actually hits a wall, it does lose its grab box.
We do this for slightly different too, because we have the shovel. Instead of hitting the switch over here and causing a cutscene to happen, we just dig this up over here and just go right up to where we need to be.
Yeah, this gives us a more direct line to the Phantom we have to drop in a hole.
And that being said, though, this is the exact same now from here until the end of this floor. So if there's anything else to read now, it's a good time, I'd say.
Sounds good. I've got $5 from Mega Freak 400. Phantom Hourglass is fantastic because of the Temple of the Ocean King, no joke. Being able to return with items and skip sections feels so good. Also, Nukas is the best Zelda race.
Yes.
Favorite Zelda game is Skyward Sword, though.
I can't argue with you. As a Skyward Sword runner, I can't argue with you.
As a Skyward Sword enjoyer, I can't argue with you.
As someone who's never played Skyward Sword, I can't argue with you. I have no information here. I'll play it eventually. I beat Twilight Princess like last month. That was fun.
All you need to know about Skyward Sword in a speedrun context is menus,
Cool.
Back
and
in
also
time.
all of the other things. But menus?
Menus.
Oh, and Groose, but not really.
We love Groose.
Groose is like the best character in Zelda canon for me. I just love his arc so much.
But he's not the first character to have an arc like that, because the first character is Linebeck.
That's so true.
Proto-Groose.
Gongaron, even.
Ooh, maybe a little bit, yeah.
Gongaron in reverse, but just that's not his fault.
Let's get one more donation real quick.
For sure. I've got Prosty with $50 following up. All caps, Great Lakes mentioned.
Great Lakes mentioned.
We thought we couldn't do it, but we could.
Huron's the one I forget every single time.
I knew that one. I couldn't remember Michigan, though, which is the same as the state. That's really bad.
It happens.
And the Pokemon.
As a Chicagoan, that
And the
hurts me.
Pokemon.
Wait, what?
You talking about Mimikyu or?
No, I'm talking about Michigan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
No,
generation
Michigan.
was that again?
The same one with all of the other ones that are numbered lower than 150 because there's only 50 states.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Makes
that's
sense to me.
generation 1.
All right, so you know what I did in floor 2? We're going to do that again right here, and hopefully it works first try. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, this is
Ooh,
good for
very
us. This is really good
nice.
for us.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to do the rest of the room.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that hit.
If you get that second try, because we are trying to be on a very specific cycle with the way that these little buddies move
Nice.
around.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right, this is the hard one right here. Hope I can get them. Just going to do that. It didn't hit them. I'm surprised.
Really? Okay,
I'm kind of surprised there. Okay.
new mechanic that this floor develops is these little floating dinging
The
guys
Phantom Eyes, yeah.
called the Phantom Eyes. And if they see you, they ding and they call more phantoms. That's what they do. They can be stunned and also killed with other projectiles. That's what Shasta was trying to do there. Sometimes they're a little bit finicky because they are very tiny and slender, hard to hit.
Yeah, this is an interesting floor because it is literally just a combat challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It's just got to be 2 combat rooms, and that is actually just it.
Yep.
Honestly, might be a time for another donation real quick.
For sure.
No,
Quick
yeah,
update
not
on
yet.
that.
There's more to explain here in a second.
You got it.
Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. So in this next room, I'm actually short some rupees, and the very final enemy here gives me a guaranteed 20 rupees every single time. So I'm getting that right here.
And-
See, like that.
Those are mini blends, the Fable guys from the Wind Waker. Yeah. All right, so also fun fact, there is a potion in this chest, which we're not gonna grab, but it's a very good safety option for newer runners to the game, and just in general, if you're scared about going down further. In this game, you don't pick up bottles, you pick up like full potions and they're consumables.
Also, this is the room that makes this game easier to speedrun if you happen to have a background in digital art or graphic design.
And this upcoming puzzle right here is one that is a puzzle that only really works in the DS. If ever playing not on a DS, so you're supposed to close your DS on top of each other to press the crest down to the bottom screen. But on Wii U VC, you just pull the VC menu, close it, it just works.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't actually change anything in the port. It's just kind of the same functionality, which is kind of unfortunate.
It's super cool though. Like
it's much cuter on DS.
yeah, it's so like all you can do is make sure the DS goes into sleep mode like that. That's the trick there. But yeah,
Easily the most memorable puzzle.
Yeah, like that puzzle appears as well in two of the games I've played for my DS completion project. DS Destruction, Trace Memory, and Hotel Dusk Room 215 both use that puzzle, and they are, oh my god, both those games are incredible. Yeah. Crowds popping off about mentioning that game, let's go. As they should, that game is amazing. It's one of my favorite games ever at this point. I love Hotel Dusk.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of Noah banger games from Shasta's DS Destruction, like Fossil Fighters.
Fossil Fighters, yeah.
P-Cross 3D.
P-Cross 3D.
Oh my god, such a good game.
All right, so we're coming up now. We're gonna grab another of our Golden Frog friends from earlier, and then we're gonna come up on what we need all of our money for, which is Edo, who sold us the cannon, now has a new item in stock, the salvage arm, the most popular mechanic in Phantom Hourglass, right?
Yeah.
Nice snipe, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
And he is going to charge us a variable amount based on how nice.
Could avoid that one.
On how loud we can yell into the microphone. He can charge you 200 if you're really loud, 300 if you're kind of loud, 1,000 if you're, and he can also just go no. But by covering up the microphone, hopefully we're gonna try to do a nice little manipulation with the mic's calibration. Let's see how we go.
There we go.
Nice.
That works.
300.
Nice.
Good stuff. First try.
Very nice.
When I first started running this game, there are clips of me shouting, "Give me the salvage arm" at full volume.
Yeah.
And he still didn't.
Yeah, so ideally, you would like to obviously get 200 so that you can farm less rupees, but 300 is very safe. And it, generally speaking, you're trying to cover it up so that calibrate to be perfectly nothing, make a very short, sharp sound so it doesn't have time to recalibrate, and then cover it again so that it's comparing whatever noise you made to nothing and goes, yeah, that was loud.
Now it's found at Pippy as well too, so shout out to that.
Pippy strat.
It was accidentally found using a hotel heater.
All right, so given that I just came from Sega Marine fishing, we're gonna do a little bit of fishing ourselves with this here salvage arm. We gotta avoid these here explosives, and we can even grab some rupees on the way, even though we don't really need them. We're trying to get all the way down without hitting the walls, hitting the explosives, and there is a treasure chest at the bottom here that contains the next progression item that we need. Not the only instance of this item in the game, but the only one that we're capable of grabbing. And fish on. Fish on.
Fish on.
All right, let's reel them in.
Reel them in, boys.
Thankfully for us, this puzzle is consistent for every single time. If we were to use the salvage arm in other places, it might be different, but we
Can y'all
don't.
let me know when would be a good
Slow.
time for a new another donation?
Tell you what, man, I'm gonna get that little chest right down there. My little salvage arm is gonna be pretty good right there. Do
Right
Swinging
on
that chest.
You can go ahead right here for a couple of them.
Great. We have a $5 donation from DZH. $5 hype train for the 5 Great Lakes. Sending love from Chicago, Michigan. Wait.
Wait, no, hold up.
Wait,
Wait,
Send us some
is that
love.
just our thing for this run? Just the Great Lakes now?
Send us some love from Michigan. And if you're not in Michigan, consider lying.
Oh, looks like we're also 5,000 away from hitting glitch exhibitions. So like, chat,
We are.
can we get there
so
soon?
close? We are just over $5,000 remaining on that glitch exhibition.
If you donate $1,000 for every lake, we got it.
It's true.
That is
Tell us
true.
what your favorite lake is. It doesn't have to be a great lake, but if it isn't, you're wrong.
It can be a pretty subpar lake as well.
Inferior lakes count.
Yeah, there's a reason one of them is called Superior.
A
Damn.
lake inferior would be great.
Isn't this the state of 10,000 lakes? Name one.
That is true. The land of 10,000 lakes is what they call it. I know my geography.
I love maps.
Yeah. All right, so
We're going back to Shovel Island.
we're going to Shovel Island right now, and smooth for me. Oh,
Oh.
There's a bigger one?
No!
Oh my! As long as he doesn't have a massive eye, we're okay.
He's got a big eye.
no! Well, beans. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna shoot him in the eyeball right here and get him out of here. I also need to draw a route around him, because in this case, what we're going to do is I'm gonna draw it and then stop, and once he starts doing his attack, I'm going to start going, and this will make it so he doesn't do extra attack cycles.
Yeah, as long as you're moving by the second shot, he will not shoot more at you. So this is a really good manip strat to just bait him into a few shots, move a little bit, and then shoot. And ideally, at the end of it all, Shasta should be right next to Melida.
Shovel.
I'm sorry,
Shovel Island.
Shovel Island.
Thank you. Just like that. Yeah, 2 more shots here to take. It's just the same stuff, thankfully, over and over again for this one.
And you
As long as I
can,
mess it up.
you can, in fact, be both too close and too far to hit him in the eye. Shasta's at just the right
Just barely, yeah. I thought I'd miss.
I was definitely worried, but Shasta's a pro.
All right, this should be good right here. Bam.
Also-
there we go.
Got him.
Ooh, very nice.
It's one of 2 overall bosses in this run, by the way.
Also coming up is one of my favorite weird funny things you can do is during this cutscene, there's a couple of frames.
Yeah, you can just shoot all of the islands in this game.
Down the way.
Ruin
Kinda
Shovel
funny.
Island's day.
Yeah. Speaking of shovels, though, we're going to go over here and use a shovel because it'll take us to where we need to be.
Yeah,
I want to
actually,
explain what's cool about this room right here.
actually, right there is actually the map where you're supposed to learn the path. But also in this room, right out of bounds, like a few layers above where we're supposed to go, there is a chest that also contains the sun key that we salvaged up. So if we ever find a way to actually get that early, we no longer have to get the salvage arm for that.
Yeah. And also up here is going to be something called tree clip. It's random if not words.
Come on, come on,
clip,
come
tree
on.
clip.
The tree spawns like a pixel or higher or lower. It's completely random every time we go in here. So let's see if it's real. Is tree
Is
clip
it
real?
Is it
It's
real?
real.
Is it
Real.
real?
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Actually,
Not even on the big stage. Come on.
actually, we lied.
Tree
Tree
clip.
clip is fake.
Tree
That was
clip
all a
never
lie.
It was
real?
never real. It does not exist.
Yes.
Actually.
I've never done tree clip.
The
You
fun-
can't prove it's real.
Exactly.
The funny thing about Tree Clip is that was actually found by someone casually playing the game.
Yeah, it was found late 2023 by someone just playing the game completely casually and just kind of just walking through the trees randomly. And they're like, "Do you know about this?"
And we're like, no.
Nope.
So we're gonna go ahead and open up the third temple here, which is also like, if you guys know the basic Zelda formula, the third temple is kind of what's gonna bookend the first half of the game, essentially. And we need to get the special item in order to progress in the story. This is the Temple of Courage, and you need a lot of courage to complete it because, boy, do you take a lot of damage here.
Oh,
There's
boy.
a lot of invisible path walking. Only the brave will survive.
Absolutely.
We also have, for all the dungeons up till now, we've picked up an extra fairy at each dungeon. So we are looking for our third fairy, not counting, but also including Ciela, our first fairy.
That's our touchscreen guide,
Yes.
Ciela.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you know this game has an automatic input viewer? It is called Ciela.
it's true actually. Yeah. Unironically, I have learned some tricks in this game because of like just where CL is on the touchscreen.
Yep.
It helps a lot watching other runners' footage. You kind of know what movements they're making. This room coming up is one of my least favorite fights in the game. There's only 2 enemies, but they're so annoying. These are Moldorms, which shout out to Link to the Past. That's where they initially come from. Worms with
Nice.
Double hit. Wow. Okay.
That's so impressive.
Yeah, that was uncommon to get a double hit with the boomerangs. Like, we take those.
Yeah, you can kill them with 3 sword slashes or 2 hits from a projectile, but they're really annoying. Their heads are really bulbous and have a hitbox that is not where it looks like it should be. So 90% of the time, you're just gonna clang off of them and not get your hits. So they're really annoying. Also, welcome to this dungeon's gonna have a lot of platform cycles.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of standing on things. We're gonna try our best, or at least Shasta's gonna try his best to make sure we have minimal standing on things time by getting optimal cycles.
There's a few cool things about this dungeon that I like a lot, but there is a lot of stuff that's like, come on, like a lot of just platform cycles that make a lot of waiting around occasionally.
Anybody love waiting?
However, here's something cool right here. Check this out. So that's a Pole's voice. And I blow into the microphone to actually defeat them in 1 hit. That is a reference to Zelda 1 on Famicom in particular, because it has 2 controllers, and the second one has a microphone on it too, which you blow into to destroy in 1 hit as well. Along with Link's Awakening, which also has Pole's voices in that game. They play the ocarina to destroy them in 1 hit with as well.
Yo, can I just fangirl for a second? I
Go
just
for
looked
it.
up at the tracker, and we're less than $5,000 from the glitch incentive.
Let's go, let's go.
Can we get that,
So
y'all?
We
close,
get that?
chat. Let's go.
We're so close.
It's so worth it to you, trust me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love the glitches in
It's
this game.
so funny.
Yeah, this is a very goofy game for glitches.
We're a really good cycle right now, what the heck? They're never usually around the corner by now, but like, that was good, okay.
That was
By the way,
good.
remember
We go
that
fast.
order: up, down, right, left. It's important later. It's on the quiz.
Yep.
It's on the quiz.
All right, I'll write that down. Does
Thank you,
anybody
thank
have
you.
a top screen I can write that down on?
I have a top hat. Do you want to write on my top hat?
I don't think that'll be beneficial.
Do you still
for
have space on
remembering.
your T-shirt, maybe?
Oh, I definitely have space. Shout outs to my t-shirt, by the way. I'm aware that it is a mess of Sharpies. For anybody who didn't know, there were GDQ ambassadors for the first time this event.
Woo!
Both me and Shasta were members of the GDQ ambassador program, and this shirt was actually a donation incentive that raised a decent amount of money for the ambassador program to let people write on it. So thank you so much to everybody who donated for any of the GDQ ambassadors. It's really, really kind and generous of you. Thank you so much for helping us start off this event with a bang.
Absolutely. Give me a round of applause for that, please. I'm very proud of my community as well, too. They did fantastic with all the ambassador stuff. Thank you very much, everybody. For a lot of their names, too, donating as well. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
So we just picked up the bow, which it works pretty much how you would expect it to in a Zelda game. You tap and it shoots. Going to be very useful, honestly, for most of the run and for this dungeon. You got to be very fast with that bow, tapping on enemies as quickly as possible, and you'll see that in just a minute.
Yeah, we're coming up on, in my opinion, the worst room in this dungeon, just because there is a platform cycle we are trying to make that's on the other side of this room, but if we want to make a cycle that is at all convenient, we're gonna need to murder these
There we go.
Octoroks as fast as possible. Hopefully that was good.
I think it should be good.
Yeah,
That
it was only
looked
1
so
miss.
good.
I think that's good.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
be John
Yeah.
Wick here.
Yeah, so let's
You
see
really
if
need
we
to.
get our platform. There we go.
Nice.
Just in time.
Okay. And
We're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah.
Not in the woods yet, but that's good.
Because that's keys.
Okay, good thing we
There
got
are a
rid
bunch of
this one.
keys over these
We're
gaps here.
not
They
out of
can,
the
they can
woods
knock
yet.
me into the gap here. I just kind of scribble over here and hope it hits that one.
Yep.
This
And
one,
run over- okay,
that
nice,
one,
nice.
that one is evil. That,
Okay, we're good.
We're good.
Nice.
We're good. Yes.
Eliminate the keys.
Those keys actually are the worst.
Yeah, if you happen to miss that one platform cycle, then the next one takes a long time to come up because the platforms get out of sync with each other. So it's not, that was a beautiful damage boost, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's legit like a 20, 30-second time loss if you just get knocked into the pit there, which is so unfortunate. But yeah, that's why it's so important to just give her the keys there.
And one thing that makes it a little harder is that Shasta had the boomerang kind of whipping around in the center while he was moving on the blocks, and that kind of messes with your camera in enough of a way that it's kind of harder to move Link, so makes it all the much more difficult to move around there.
That's saying now is probably a good time for donations. We're waiting on this platform cycle, and then there's like one more polls ways to get this feed in the next room, but that's really bad for now.
Awesome. I have so many lakes for you. I have $10 from Hourglass. Shout out to Lake Nokomis right here in the Twin Cities.
Ooh.
$10 from Shadow Navi.
Shoutouts.
I've been summoned as a Michigander to donate Zelda Hype.
Hype indeed.
I've got $25 from Pickleaxe Alt. Greetings from Michigan. Donating for my favorite lake, Hialeah. Another $5 from Lily Heartboppers. $5 for Lid Lakes. Greetings from the distant city of St. Paul. Purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Ooh. All right, and now we have a really cool lake right here. It's called a giant void.
My
love this
favorite.
So what we gotta do is draw this path right there, and that should work, hopefully.
Now,
just
chat.
just like earlier, north, south, east, west. That's the way you solve this puzzle. So we'll be doing that. And now go ahead, Ged.
Oh yeah, no, I was going to talk about now, chat. What is the order that you had to remember?
True.
Yeah. They
that.
make you reuse it here. And this pattern, I believe, was found for a TAS run, right? The one you're using as
I
opposed
found
to...
it in Hornless's ILs.
Oh, Hornless's ILs. not
Yeah.
TAS.
So it's basically
Very close
task
to
level.
task.
Yeah, so basically a TAS.
We're gonna erase this real quickly and just draw one line all the way to the boss door over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, the gimmick of this room, if you could figure it out, is that the block will only follow the path that you draw, this is like kind of the apex of the drawing strats in this game. They really wanted you to draw here, so now we get to, and we're just slowly floating to the edge in the void.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to the dungeon music in this game. I guess anti-shoutouts to the dungeon music in this game.
There's only one dungeon song, and it plays in
Yep.
all of
That
them.
is a huge unfortunate thing about this game is that all the good music is in the cutscenes and also the final boss.
Yeah.
But they reuse a lot of the same music over and over again. It's a bit unfortunate.
And don't
but
forget to do the
it is what it is.
strat.
I'm doing the strat here, don't worry.
Yeah.
I think
Oh.
it's good. Hopefully that's good
Okay.
there.
Let's see.
It's called Swag Arrow. Palmer tells me to do this every single time. It's great.
It's so funny.
So this is Crake. Crake is one of the easier bosses in the entire run, I would say, but you could mess it up and be unfortunate, but let's see. No. Oh, okay. This is going to be a little weird now, too, because that just happened.
So
Yeah.
Crate goes
we go.
invisible,
Okay.
Right.
and you have to use the top screen to see out of his eyes.
Yeah, what was supposed to happen there is that we shot the arrow before entering the room,
Very
and if we
nice,
do it
nice.
correctly, it actually hits Craig immediately
I'm gonna
when
get
he
those.
spawns.
All right, and 7 hits is all I need here. Don't have to worry about spin attacking either. It's just 7 hits, period, and it ends. So
Your
one
sword
more
will
right
always
here.
do the same damage, yeah.
And we're good.
There we go.
It's fine.
That's the,
Great.
that's the Temple of Courage.
We need so much courage there.
Oh
You
man,
really, really do.
I'm so courageous right now.
I'm so courageous.
We are approaching kind of the halfway point of the run where things are going to get a little bit funky real soon. But first, we have our 3 fairies, which it turns out we don't get a fairy from this dungeon. We just find out that Ciela is overpowered and is also the Courage Fairy. And now we are ready to go face the ghost ship. So we are going to make our way to the ghost ship without delay, right?
Yep.
Nothing
at
can
all.
get in our way.
Absolutely not, no.
Absolutely nothing.
Fun fact actually about the Spirit of Courage. So in this, it's like kind of a mute fairy that can't do anything. In the manga, for some reason, it's a little girl.
A little strange.
Yeah, shout outs to there is a manga of this. There's a,
Yeah.
a manga series if you've never read it, and it's quite good. Personifies a lot of
Yes,
stuff
potato.
about the game, and I just like it. So shout out to that.
It's pretty neat, yeah.
So sorry, we're less than $4,000. Is that right? Did my eyes deceive me?
Your eyes do not deceive you. We're just over $3,100 remaining.
Damn, we're so close. Let's go, everybody. Come
Also,
on.
$835,000 for charity. That's amazing.
That is
So
amazing, yes.
is the ghost ship? Wait, what?
What?
That's
That's
not
Whoa.
the ghost ship.
You're not a ghost.
Jolene?
Jolene.
Jolene?
Jolene. This is Jolene. We're gonna fight her twice in this run.
We're begging her, please don't take the time.
Yes.
Quite literally.
Please don't take our time, and please don't take our line back.
So yeah,
I do kind of assume a nip right here with my movements. I do 4 hits right here. Hopefully this works. Nope,
Oh.
that's fine. So now it's kind of random what she's going to do.
Oh, there we go.
We got to wait for her to wind up like that. I'm going to try it again right here. That's fine. Every time I hit her, she resets her attack cycle. So hopefully it makes it so she does a little wind up soon. Anytime. Come on. Please. Jolene, what are you doing?
Jolene.
You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me in front of nice people.
Jolene.
Come on, Jolene. Come on,
Jolene.
What are you doing? Please. Oh, come on, Jolene. Come on.
okay, this is
This
ridiculous.
is peak Phantom Hourglass, by the way.
This is what on earth? What is happening?
Jolene.
Please, Jolene. I'm just gonna let her do her thing. I'm not even gonna hit her. There we
Okay,
go.
here we go.
That was
My
weird.
God.
That was just
And now we
strange.
just
Oh, speed rub.
yeah.
Yep.
I like to
my
call this a
gosh.
rub time event.
Claps for Jolene. She put up a really good fight.
Yeah. She really did all the things that we couldn't do anything against.
Yo, $5. Oh! Yeah!
He's like, hey, go see a Star War.
My theory is that the reason Lineback hates Shovel Island, almost said the wrong one, is because maybe Jolene is from there because she catches you right outside of it.
Yeah, it's very possible for sure.
Jolene and Lineback do not like each other at all.
We'll find out a little bit more about that later because that's not the last time we'll see her, but they have a bit of a history, and Lineback don't look too good.
Yeah. That being said, though, we now warp to the Northwest Sea, and we're going to go find the ghost ship, which is sailing around in a circle in the top left corner of the map. It's random where it appears, so we got to hope that it appears closer to us, like kind of the bottom right of the circular pattern they move around in. So hopefully it appears there. But in the first place, something fun is going to happen in a second where very soon,
There we go.
our ship kind of breaks down right here. We have to use the ferries that we've now conjured up, I guess captured, acquired. Accumulated, yeah. Some word like that. We have to use all three of them befriended, yes, to guide us to the ghost ship. Now they have sparkles up here whenever we're facing directly at the ghost ship, so I'll be looking for those sparkles.
Yeah, once again, where the ghost ship is RNG, so we're hoping that it's close.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem too bad right now, but I might have just jinxed it. I'm so sorry, this is my fault.
There we go. Okay, I was a little off track for a second.
This part could be very frustrating to track this thing down.
There we go.
Nice.
That's good, nice.
All right.
The worst, of course, is the top left corner in the map there. You do not want that.
The ghost ship is going to double as our 4th dungeon as well.
Yep.
Lineback, after helping us get all the way here, is like, you got that, kid.
He's got cold feet a bit, for sure.
Yeah, he's like, I know I wanted to treasure hunt the ghost ship, and that's like my entire purpose in life, but like, maybe not. Have fun, kid.
Maybe I am a coward, actually.
You're 11. You can do this.
Yeah.
You got this.
Oh, nice Dizzy.
Nice Dizzy.
Thank you.
So believe it or not, these are pose.
Yeah, just trust us on that.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
Those poses are annoying. Please clap for that one.
Yeah.
The pose like to, if they're too close to Link, they start warping around the room and it gets really frustrating. So
their hitbox is also very thin too.
There's actually some lost children on the ghost ship. We don't know how they got there, but we gotta save them. There's this one right here. Luckily, she's okay, but she's got 3 sisters we gotta find.
Yeah, we need to go find the Cubist sisters, and I'm told that everybody's favorite type of quest in video games is an escort quest. So we're gonna be doing 3 of those in a row. Doesn't that sound fun?
I hate this boomerang right here.
There we go.
There we go. Second try.
There we go.
Nice job.
I'll give you now.
Oh, and there's a lot of spiders hanging from the ceiling. Please pay attention to those. They will be on the test.
They are on the test.
They will be on the test.
Yes, the spiders will be crawling all around the test. Also nice on that as well.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Shasta made a really fast cycle with the spikes there.
The crawling around test. Don't say that, please. No.
So,
I'll someone get a heart there. That's fine. Okay.
So we are trying to do.
I'll get it now.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There is 2 things we're trying to avoid during these escort quests. One of them is the spiders.
Take that.
There we go. Spike strats. If we have a spider get too close to one of the Cubist sisters, then she's gonna eek. And she's just gonna go, eek, spider! And it wastes so much time.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
She does not care about any of the other enemies. She doesn't care about rats,
or fire,
anything. Fire, she walks right through it. She also, though, doesn't want to be too far from Link because she has severe separation anxiety. So ideally, we would like to have an anxiety-free ghost ship and also one that is eekless.
Yes.
So hopefully, we're about to see a anxiety-free eekless ghost ship.
Right, so we have 2 sisters down, 2 left to go, and now we've got a new problem in the form of these guys that might look familiar. They're called Reaplings, and they're essentially a ghost ship version of the Phantoms. We can stun them by shooting them in the back, but ideally we shouldn't really have to interact with them at all if we don't mess up.
We can just get on a good cycle and not interact with them. They are triggered by sound, though, so if we do get an eek, they're going to break their cycle.
They can also go through walls, yeah.
Shout out to one of my favorite text boxes in the game, coming up right here. You do know which direction is left, right?
Do you know Link?
Do you?
No.
That's his sword hand. Of course he knows.
If you say yes, she just goes, oh, smart boy.
They try to trick you right there, and the game gives you if you get the left chest, the game gives you something called a rupor, which takes away money from you. It's pretty messed up. Why did they do this?
Why would she tell us to open that chest then? That seems counterintuitive.
I think she forgot. I think
Yeah.
it happens.
I think
know?
she forgot her left and right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The irony, you know.
You'll notice that although she's right next to a spider, it's not triggering because there's this like quick second when the spiders drop down before they're active. So Shasta's killing them right in that second so that they don't activate an eek.
Yeah. I think when spiders get destroyed by one boomerang hit, so it's very nice for me.
Yeah.
Also, there's a puzzle coming up that is the bane of my existence. I have to relearn it every time I want to speedrun the game after a long absence because it's a pulley puzzle and it's not intuitive. You want to explain that, Palomar?
Yeah, 24513.
Yeah, so the number the game tells you is 24513. What you might be seeing is that we are not pulling the second one first. This is because you're supposed to write the numbers 24513 onto the top screen and then pull the levers exactly in the order that they're now labeled. It's very unintuitive, but that is how the game rolls. Technically speaking, that is how the other ones worked as well.
That's a cool little boomerang attack there.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, kill all the spiders. We are also killing all of the spiders just in general that we are going to have to come back and navigate through again.
Ooh, random rat.
Random rat.
That was some rats.
Shout out to rats.
Because we are going to be... Yeah, rats.
Yeah.
Ratals.
Ayo.
Flame fatales coming soon.
Ayo.
Anyway. But we are going to be coming back with the Cubus sister, so if we kill the spiders now, we don't have to worry about them later. However, we aren't killing all
arrows.
of them.
Ooh.
That was very
I'm going to get that.
because we can just kind of get like kind of nice on the cycles and have them not be down while we're walking by with the Cubus sister. And also, if you can get them off screen, Nintendo decided that once they're off screen, they don't count. So
Like that. It's gone.
Yeah, as long as you can't see the spiders don't exist, and the Cubus sister can't see them either. So it's pretty helpful.
That's what I tell myself. As long as I don't see them, they don't exist.
Yeah,
And they're
true,
not
true.
crawling all over my test.
Exactly.
So this is the final Cubus sister here.
And we're going to avoid that spider,
there we
thankfully.
go.
We did not see
Few
them.
more spiders left. Can we get an Ekless? Let's find out.
Come on, Ekless.
So close.
I missed my boomerang shot yesterday right here, but we're good now, so we're good.
All right.
That's all the
Ekless.
spiders.
That's all of them.
Yeah.
Yep, Ekless, let's go.
Ekless and no
Hooray.
separation
Anxiety free.
Woo!
Oh, all right. So we saved all these sisters.
So what's the boss?
I don't know, but they want to play a game with us.
Ooh, I like
I like
games.
games.
I like games, yeah.
Shout out to games.
Hi.
Oh, Dead Man's Volley? Oh, no!
Oh, no!
we were
What?
tricked!
Oh,
Diabolical!
Diabolical, no!
Oh, and they are
All
very
right.
diabolical. Shasta's going to explain why.
I have many words to say about the Cubus sisters. They're the most luck-based fight I've ever seen, pretty much. So the first phase is actually completely set in stone, funnily enough, ironically enough. So the Red Cube sister will always do this and immediately get destroyed. But now, how many volleys do between each other is random? How many volleys do with me is random? Who gets hit is random? How far apart they are from each other is random. I can sometimes get a blue ball like that, like from Link to the Past, and that's also random too. Twice in a
Twice in a
row.
row.
Oh my goodness, please get close to them, please. Thank you. All right, cool. And now I have to just hope and pray that 2 of the 3 get hit here, because if a third one gets hits, I lose an attack cycle. So green got hit there. Hopefully yellow and blue gets hits, or yellow or blue gets hit, not both of them. And if we do that, then we're good. But yeah, it's a very, very random. 3, okay.
Oh my
Great.
god.
$5 per blue ball, chat. $5 per blue ball. Get that in 7 minutes.
What was your record again?
It was 11.
11 blue balls. That is genuinely extremely rare.
Yeah,
I recently
genuinely.
got like 8 or something like
Oh
that,
my
but that's
God.
the worst I've ever
Like,
seen.
All right, so if yellow does not get hit here, we are good and we save a whole attack cycle. So hopefully that happens. We'll see, of course.
Yeah, we do have 2 attacks left that both have to not hit yellow. So we're hoping. We're hoping.
I find this to be a little bit
no.
harder on Wii U because this fight is...
Come on.
Oh, no.
It is good that got hit pretty quickly. That was after one
Yeah.
volley there, but like, yeah, you don't want to see that. That's just wasting the whole attack cycle, which could take like any amount of time, really.
Yeah, so this part of the run is made for the dual screen of the DS. The top screen is the Cubus sisters firing down on you, And because the screens aren't lined up in a way that we can really see one of them, it gets harder to kind of figure out where the shot is going sometimes. So you got to be pretty reactive on Wii U. You guys kind of see it how we see it, which is a big bottom screen and a small top screen. Very helpful because this game is bottom screen intensive, but not helpful in situations like this.
Yep.
Yeah, and now at the final one, they have 3 health now. They're completely healed up and everything. So I need to now volley 3 times, and hopefully this goes quickly, and they'll give me trouble. They give me trouble there. How dare they? That was like 7 volleys. That's pretty unlucky. It's random how many times they volley in the first place, and
Is this the first game that named it Dead Man's Volley?
Yes, actually.
Yep.
Oh.
I think this is the only time it ever gets named.
Yeah.
Really?
Dead Man's Volley is a good name for it, but this is a classic Zelda thing of like hit the attack back at the attacker and play tennis.
Yeah, like Phantom Ganon.
Phantom Ganon, Aghanim, all of that kind of stuff.
What is it? Puppet Zelda?
Yeah, right. Puppet Zelda does it too.
Puppet Zelda does do something similar. You don't hit it back and forth, though.
And what's her name? Ganon, I think?
Ganon.
Yeah, Ganon does
Shout
that.
out to Link Between Worlds.
There we go.
Shout out,
We're good.
best Zelda.
And that's the Cubist sisters.
Pretty bad luck, but that's okay.
We've seen worse.
We've seen a lot worse. My split for this, starting at the very beginning of the fight, is about 4 minutes long at worst. And I think my best I got the other day, which I got best for like 3 seconds, just because they were very, very cooperative. That hasn't happened in years, by the way. That best is extremely rare, but yeah. And with that, we have a heart container, we have the ghost key for the ghost ship, because the door couldn't open before, and now we're gonna go do exactly that.
Yep.
We're not technically done here. We do have to go find Tetra. She still is somewhere on the ship. Hopefully she's all right.
Yeah,
Hopefully she's fine.
Yeah.
She's a tough girl. She'll make it.
Yeah,
Sadly, we will skip another cutscene. That is very, very funny.
it's very good.
Please play this game casually. It's so funny.
I will like summarize it though. So we're gonna find Tetra right here on the ghost ship. However, unfortunately, she has been turned to stone, and now the plot of the game changes from finding Tetra, finding the ghost ship, and all that stuff, getting on there, saving her, all good stuff. And now we need to stop Bellum, who Bellum is the one who turned Tetra to stone, and in general is terrorizing the world of the Ocean King here. So we're gonna go do that. And in order to do that, we have to go find 3 pure metals and forge the Phantom Sword. And that's now our MacGuffin. We need to just play more of the game and go even further beyond, I guess.
Yeah, it's time for one of the easiest to forget parts of the run. This is Zaz. We're going to Zaz's island. You can't see it on the map yet. It's one of the Uncharted islands that we have to go find.
I don't know where it is though. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not on screen.
Do you see it, chat?
Do you see?
Is there an island?
No, but I do see just under $3,000 remaining on the glitch acquisition.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Very good.
Nice.
But yeah, we're gonna go talk to Zaz, and this sets a flag that allows us to progress deeper into Temple of the Ocean King. If you do not talk to Zaz, it will not set that flag, but it will let you go all the way back down to the previous bottom of the Temple of the Ocean King, to the same door we got through last time, and then you get stuck. You can't go deeper into the Temple of the Ocean King because you didn't talk to Zaz. The text tells you to talk to Zaz, but we don't read the text. So this is a very mandatory interaction, is easily forgettable, and if you just made it all the way down to the middle of the Temple of the Ocean King without talking to Zaz, guess what? You just lost your run.
And keep doing that Triforce right there as well. Write that down. It's on the test for
Write
later.
that down.
Write
Write that down.
Write that down.
Get out your maps, everyone.
If you got a handy top screen, write it there, maybe.
Maybe.
All right, so it's time for the longest Temple of the Ocean King visit in the game. We are going to be going from floor 1 to floor 13, which is the very bottom. We're doing it all today.
All the way through.
Yeah.
No breaks.
So
all gas.
The game doesn't really expect you to do this. They expect you to go down to get the next quadrant map, and then to leave, go do 2 more dungeons, get 2 more items, come back, and then do an extra visit through the Temple of the Ocean King with a fresh timer to go do the last section now with your new items. However, we're speedrunners, and generally we're kind of fast at this game, so we can just on one timer and with less powerful items make it all the way down to the bottom. There's nothing stopping us, and we'll get 2 map portions out of this trip, and then we can explore the rest of the sea in whatever order we want.
Especially that second map as well too, the one for North Sea Sea, because that one has the most broken item in the entire game, and it is very well worth it. It speeds up the rest of the temples after that too.
Yes.
You can also do this little challenge with doing the last two parts of the Temple of the Ocean King together. You can do that casually as well. It's a really nice and pretty difficult challenge if you want to challenge yourself playing this.
Oh,
Flip it, hurry,
flip it.
hurry.
Okay, good. Before we
Your bits.
before we get stuck.
All right, B1, about the same, except it's not because now we got new red phantoms.
Swift phantoms.
Yes.
Phantoms.
They're Swifties.
They're
yeah.
quite swifty,
Or one yellow ground.
and they're
Amazing.
red, which is also a swifty thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
so red phantoms move like twice as fast as blue, and they have some other properties like they can pick up force gems and take them away. Now that's mostly a thing we don't want them to do, but sometimes it might be beneficial if we get somebody to pick up a gem for us. Because these things are heavy. I don't always want to carry them.
Yeah. As you'll notice, Link has a couple of different carrying speeds. Obviously, for small keys and items, he is unencumbered at all. But if he picks up the big old Tringles, the Force Gems, those are so slow that like the fastest way for us to move is to just throw them and then run and catch up with them. Same as with the big keys. Or the boss keys. The big boss
The small keys, like this one right here, that messed up gang. There we go.
But
Easy for time.
there's also those little like key gems like we saw in the Courage Temple. Those we can carry much faster, and we are going to just let Link carry them and get his little leg workout. But they are still slow. We would like to ideally be not encumbered for as much time as possible.
Yeah, so in this case, because the the Swift Phantoms move a little faster than normal, I have to do this room a little differently. So I'm gonna do this, and then shoot an arrow. Then I'm gonna make a mad dash. Hopefully put us up here, like that. Get this, and then I'm gonna
That
make a
was
mad
very
dash over the
clean.
bomb right. And then do that, and hopefully they're right on top of here.
That was
perfect.
so clean.
There we go.
Oh.
Very good.
That strat's so hard.
It's actually really hard. I made it look easy.
Especially
Yeah.
with one arrow.
Yeah, oh my god. I used 3.
And now the rest of the floor is entirely the same as before. So until we get the 4-4, donations, please.
Absolutely. Really quick, I just want to explain what is happening with that bid war you see coming across the screen. Every game can be sorted into 2 categories, menus and parkour. 9 is menus. Mario Odyssey is parkour. You get to choose whether the final question in the Community Clash is about your favorite menus game or your favorite parkours game. Also, we also have that bonus round incentive for the Community Clash as well. It will add an additional bonus round at the end of the Community Clash, so please get those donations in as well. And we are $22,300 into the glitch exhibition as well. We are so
We're
close
right
on
there,
that.
chat.
Right
Come on.
there.
Someone,
Get it done.
Snipe that right now. We're
got
right
this.
there. Come on. Again, it'd be well worth it. Trust me on that one. You're going to see the main glitch of this run. That's going to skip a lot of stuff very soon. But we have to get there first after this temple. We got to get through here.
Speaking of menus, by the way, there is a very fun thing about the menus in this game where you can roll and then select the next item you want to use, so you don't lose any time by selecting a different item.
There we go. Second try.
Very nice.
Now, because of that, I should go over here and avoid the red phantom and not destroy the fan mine in the bottom right. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah, as you can see, that bow opened up another path. Once again, we're just making it much faster on the way back. This room actually changes innately between visits. So instead of being the previous enemy rooms, it's now a different one.
Bam.
Very nice. Very
good, very
clean.
good.
You can
Very
actually
good.
kill those with just one line through. It's very sick and also extremely risky. Don't do it.
I'm going for it myself.
Just don't do it.
I used to, but yeah, that's more consistent just to draw a few
Yeah.
like that.
I am
little scribble there.
sure Hornlitz does it in the IL.
Oh,
I know Ben
of
does
course.
it.
100%.
Ben's a mad lad.
Ben is a mad lad. We love him. And one more. I have to get hit right here. I hate when we do that.
come
Come
on.
on.
There's this bulbous
There we go.
head.
I'll take that heart,
Perfect.
honestly.
It was okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's hard to get rid. It's hard to deal with the motor arms, honestly. They just move randomly, not to get hurt by them, to make it so they stop homing in towards me like that. It is what it is. I'm trying to save arrows here as well, so I'm gonna miss this.
You're gonna avoid the switch, apparently.
Apparently I am, sheesh.
Yeah, we are gonna need arrows to stun the phantoms as we go deeper. Here's the final floor we got to previously. This is the floor that requires Zaz to be able to function, because Zaz told us about the symbol of the Triforce.
The Triforce right here.
You
which,
remember how to draw it?
This is a Triforce, right?
like that, right? I think.
Oh, I just draw the Triforce.
Well, something like this. I think I was a little off. You know, like something like that. I think works.
Y'all draw a Ouija board.
There we go.
to
Yeah,
Triforce?
that's Triforce. There it is.
Yeah, we call that the Trifarce.
Triforce. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I just draw a Triforce. I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
You've been doing it the intended way.
You're doing the right way, really. Instead of drawing a peach, draw a Triforce.
So what we're doing here is that we're creating a save point that we can then warp back to the middle of the dungeon for.
Yes.
We're gonna need that later, but right now we've got a long ways to go.
Yeah, if we didn't have that, we would have to do the entire first half of the dungeon one more time. But we now can just skip to right there, and the only part we'll be repeating later is this onward, which we'll have all of the items when we get back, and we'll just be coming back to fight the final boss. I personally like to call that the victory lap because it feels so good.
And so here we're walking in what I like to call the ding water. It's water that dings. And
It sure is.
It alerts phantoms to your position whenever they hear it.
If they're close by, at least.
Yeah. And these red guys will be on you in a second the moment they hear it. Like, we just barely avoided being caught by that red guy by going over the invisible path there.
Just barely. Let me go boomerang around this guy right here. Hit the switch.
That shot is way harder than it should be. Like, his hitbox extends further back than it really looks
I
like it
usually
should.
go over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we needed to make this platform cycle here because we need to go
Yeah.
grab another gem.
Yep.
Yeah, if you happen to mess up that shot, it is quite quick to retry. You can just reload the room to reset him to his original position. But of course, that is time loss, and we don't want time loss.
Yeah.
We're already asking for 3 hours of your time
Yeah.
to watch an adorable 9-pixel tall Link go on an adventure. Let's not overstay our welcome.
I will honestly say this part of the Temple of the Ocean King is probably the hardest segment
Oh,
of the
yeah.
whole temple.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
Absolutely.
because, like, all the other ones are kind of self-contained puzzles on one floor. This is 3 floors all smashed together. And
This part, especially right here, is a little tricky.
Yeah.
I wait here for a couple seconds, go up there. Can't get too close because they'll turn around, and I have to make sure to get away from that
Oh
guy
my
there.
god, you
which
played
that went
that
perfectly.
so risky.
Yeah, I do, yeah. And I have to walk here a bit, otherwise the blue fan will notice me, but thankfully I did that well, so we're good.
Very nice.
Then we're gonna go back over here. He's gonna turn around in a second, but he's not gonna notice me, thankfully, because I'm fast enough.
Fun fact, it doesn't actually matter if he notices you there. They can't reach you before you get up there, and they can't follow the vents.
That is true. We're gonna throw that crystal across the way now, then go down here and get another crystal.
that whole part is so difficult to remember. I've had so many runs where I accidentally like throw the crystal over and then also
Yeah.
jump over, and it
Yeah.
loses so much time.
It's very easy to accidentally jump off the ledge there
Yeah.
too. You have to like stand still for a second, and they can throw it over. It's a
Yeah.
little strange.
Yeah, but we
Which I'm
need
gonna do again right here.
We're now gonna do one of the cutest tricks in this area. I love this trick. So that phantom up there is gonna cause a problem no matter where he is in the cycle. But what if he isn't in the cycle?
What if he's just gone like that?
There you go.
There we
Goodbye.
see ya.
We just gotta shove him in a void.
As you do, you know. Oh, I
Wrong.
need
One.
this one in particular.
And this one goes in the square hole.
Yeah.
We are going to need all 3 of these little pieces. They're going to go into a puzzle in the next room, in the bottom floor. We need the triangle, the square, and the circle, and you cannot put them in the wrong holes. Unfortunately, we do need to get all 3.
And you also have to put them in the right order.
Yes,
You do,
also have
yes.
to put them in the right order, or else the next room won't spawn correctly, and it'll just kind of kick you out of the dungeon afterwards. You'd have to go back and retake them out and put them back in.
By the way, those are Riz robes. Once
a
again,
Riz robe.
just trust us on that one.
Source, do trust me.
Yeah, they tend to take time off of you instead of health, which is
It's a little mean.
not great in this area.
And then this guy's right here. Perfect timing.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
It's gonna
so
go right up here. There we
red
go.
phantoms can also carry these. That means that if they were to catch us with them, they could also steal them.
Yeah, square, circle, triangle is the order in this case.
Yeah.
NPC does tell you that in the next room, but yeah, that's how it is.
I mean, we can just know it.
Yeah.
It's a every puzzle in this game.
Shout out to knowers.
So this is as far as the game expects you to go in one trip, is to get down here and open this big chest up here, which is gonna give us our third quadrant. But as I said, we're getting all 4 quadrant sea charts in this single dip. So we're gonna go back outside and it's gonna give us a new area to explore. And some of the most intense just like movement tricks in the run are coming up and they're really, really cool.
Yeah, we have like 10.5 minutes according to Hourglass here, so I might as well just utilize that.
Yeah, I think
go
we're
on.
pretty good.
Next couple floors.
Suddenly we're in B10.
We're here. Here we are. And we have these things now too. These not warp phantoms, they're gold phantoms.
Yeah,
they do
that
warp
name
though.
Sucks.
Yeah.
We like to call them warp phantoms because gold phantoms, like the other one's called swift phantoms. Why is this one not a warp phantom?
Okay, so if
Nice.
Swift Phantoms are fans of Taylor Swift, who are Warp Phantoms fans of? Or Gold Phantoms?
All I can think of is like Gold Lewis Dickinson from Guilty Gear Strive. not, I don't know though.
All right, so
Gold Lewis does say trans rights though. This is true. This is fact. This is canon.
true. We're gonna do a neat little trick here to grab the key off of this guy.
There we go. Nice.
Very nice. That bomb is just gonna knock it out of his hands, and then we can pick it up real quick and kind of use the warp ability against them. Give me a little smack.
That's. Then we're gonna go all the way back around over here, and probably gonna get a lot of dings in a second. So apologies for that. All the dinging here.
Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding.
Yeah, including the phantom eyes. This is how the cycle works out.
Yeah, this warp guy is gonna end up right behind us, but since we're just running right in, we really don't care. Also, the warp mechanic is a little bit weird. You have to be like vulnerable for X amount of time before they will warp to you. They won't be able to warp to your area if you're on
weird.
safe ground, which will become relevant in just a moment.
So have to wait for this enemy to go down. There we go. We're gonna dig this up, and then we're gonna roll up here. So there's no dings that happen for a second. Now we're gonna go up and hit these 4 switches. That's what we have to do in B11. Have to do these floor switches. They're up on these like higher grounds, I guess. That's what we gotta do. Gonna switch to my arrows here. I guess the cool thing I haven't really mentioned yet is that we can switch items on the fly in this game, which is such a cool mechanic that I love optimizing, especially in speedruns.
real.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But for now, another cool thing we're gonna do is hit this switch and then hit that, just like that,
Nice.
off screen.
Yep, just bank bomb into it.
So that the bridge spawns in. It's on a timer, but we are gonna beat this timer by a lot because of that. Otherwise, it's pretty tight to actually get on the bridge there in time.
That was probably the hardest single floor in the dungeon.
Oh, what? I think the next one's the hardest.
This one's
Okay.
hardest because of what I do here.
Yeah.
That's
Again,
true.
this
That's
is a
true.
Hornlet strat I'm gonna do here. Shout out to Hornlets. IL strat for sure.
Ooh.
Woo! But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is these fan eyes are gonna come back towards me. I'm gonna shoot an arrow like that.
Yep.
It's not gonna detect me in time.
Madman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know it, but he was extremely close to triggering the Phantom Eye.
Very
Yeah.
close. You have a very small window, but like as they come on screen, where they don't see you just yet, so you can just hit them right then.
It's also really scary.
Hopefully, I can do a
because
second one though. It's a lot harder.
if you get seen by the Phantom Eye, it's gonna throw off the cycles for the warp guys, and we do kind of want the warp guys to be in very predictable locations because we're gonna do a fun little trick that I don't know what it's actually called, but I like to call it FedEx trick. Because we're gonna.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
Nice.
very
Nice.
nice.
Woo.
Claps for that.
Claps for that. That's really hard, actually. I mean, like easy.
All right, so we're gonna do a fun little story where it's gonna spawn in a red phantom, and we're gonna use it to garner attention.
I'm over here.
Oh no!
I have you now.
have you now.
So this is gonna summon the warp phantom to us, but we're delaying him appearing by getting onto the safe ground, enough for the red guy to turn around and go about his
we go.
business. And then we're gonna spawn in the warp guy and then get off screen so he doesn't see us, but he does see our little Tringle friend, and he's gonna make a delivery for us, bring it right back over.
Thank you.
So
Beautiful.
awesome.
That's so good.
So good.
It's a really cute trick.
I love that strat. It's so great.
It was so funny. During a marathon run, my girlfriend jokingly asked me, what's my favorite force gem in this game? Because like there's so many force gems. I and her, we were both very surprised that I actually had an answer on this one.
Yeah, no, it's the FedEx Force Gem.
Absolutely.
Shout outs to that Warp Phantom who he just is a good old FedEx employee. Employee of the month right there, except for sometimes when he thinks you're the package.
And that being said, now that is actually the end of Temple of Ocean King. We get everything in all in one go.
That's the
Very
entire
nice.
13 floors.
Yeah. All right, everybody ready for it to get weird?
Yeah, this is where it starts to get weird now.
It wasn't
Weird
already.
parentheses positive, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this next segment, affectionately in the Zelda Speedruns guide, is just called Hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
I call it jank split.
There is both a very difficult trick, a lot of combat in the water, and if you don't do the difficult trick, there's more combat in the water.
Yeah.
Plus just a lot of very tight navigation.
This might be also a good time to mention that in the full game, if you're playing casually, you get a lot of boat upgrade opportunities. You can make your boat stronger. You can give it more health. We're not going to do that because that's slow. So our boat is going to have 4 hearts until the end of the run, which isn't always relevant because every time you stop at an island, you do refill your hearts. So for most of the run, we can just tank damage. However, we're right now going to go pick up 2 new warp locations in one trip, and we're going to interact with 2 sets of pirates, and it's RNG whether or not the pirates have good aim that day. So we're going to really try not to die. There's also going to be a boat fight a couple times later, and those are also going to be a little bit sketchy on health, but hopefully Shasta will do perfectly fine.
Hopefully, I believe.
Yeah.
But for now, though, until we get to the next Cyclone Frog, I'd say probably good time for a few donations.
Oh, definitely.
Anything else to read in general?
Absolutely. I've got $25 from Drew Rose.
Oh, Drew.
Oh my God, hello.
Hello.
Love to see this amazing game on GDQ. Good luck, Shasta, on your run. Also, Palamer, I am so proud of you. Keep up the great work and best of luck.
Thank you.
Got $5 from Viz. Fun fact, it's called Lake Superior because it actually contains half of the water in all of the Great Lakes
Oh
combined.
my God.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a big lake.
Big lake.
And
Huge.
I've got $25 from Clark Streams. Yo,
Hey,
Shasta, so happy to see my favorite Pinobi, Wings of Adventure speedrunner, on
my
the big
God.
stage. Proud to see you get Phantom Hourglass into GDQ. I know this was a big goal to get into this event, so glad to see it finally get in. Much love, and put this toward the Glitch exhibition, which we are just over $2,200.
We haven't hit that yet, Chad. Come
got
on.
this.
I'm disappointed. Come on, Chad.
I have so much faith in you,
It's we're
Twitch
right
chat.
there. We've raced so much already. We can't just stop right now. What's going on?
We got this. We're so
Come
close.
on. Estimation for our donate, gq.gg/donate. Let's get us there.
Yeah, there's
Tell me
also-
about your favorite Nintendo DS game.
There's
I'm trying to play all of them. Tell me about your favorite ones.
Maybe
I
he's
love
played it.
Nintendo DS. I could play it, it's true.
Also, the new Twitch charity tool, you can donate without even leaving the stream
That's
page.
true, too, yeah.
Like, you just gotta say yes to a little extension. We also got, that's a W, but I think that looks like a square.
I think it's a square, yeah.
That's a square.
Yeah.
That's a W in my book.
But,
Ooh. Get some W's in the chat.
heck yeah. But yeah, get those donations in, put them towards the incentive. We really want to see it. You're
All
going
right.
to see why.
Now, who wants to explain this behemoth of a trick right
Oh, I
here?
got
We're gonna do
you.
in a second. All right.
There you go.
Hi, I love this trick. So this is going to be called warp displacement, and what we're going to be doing is a frame-perfect radial entry. And that's a very fancy thing to say, so I'm going to explain it. But the first thing we needed was all of these warp locations, because we are going to be warping to a bunch of places in quick succession once we get warp displacement, which is a game state that is triggered by both entering a mini cyclone and triggering our cyclone slate at the same time on the exact same frame. And this kind of sucks to do. It's very, very difficult because it's, oh, whoopsies.
Yeah, we're good.
Because the, lines we draw across the sea are not perfectly consistent. It's really hard to click on the same pixel consistently when you're using a DS stylus or
Yeah.
a Wii U stylus in this case.
I'm pretty good at doing that, but it's still very inconsistent for sure.
So we're going to use a trick using 2 styluses to hopefully draw a straight line, but first we have to enter the Isle of Gusts again, just because it's going to set some values that the game is going to accidentally use later. We're not really sure why.
And further, yeah, 2 Staluses. And
Yeah.
he's the one to jump right now. The other one's right here, right there.
So we're going to enter the island to set those, leave again immediately. I believe make a safety save just in case.
Yeah, this episode found by Ben Stevens, by the way,
Yeah.
so shouts to him. And shouts to Lift, I gave him for finding this trick in the first place.
Yeah, and then we're gonna use the texture of the ocean underneath us is actually perfectly
That's looking good.
consistent, other than the waves causing a bit of RNG. So we're gonna try to use the texture of the ocean to enter that radius. That might be a little early.
I'm thinking 1 frame early. Let's see if
Yeah.
that works.
Buffer it one more.
Okay.
That
That's
looks
W,
good.
by the way.
That's
Yeah,
W.
that's W.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
good.
come
That's
on,
looking
come
good.
on, come
Come
on,
on.
come on, come on,
Come on.
That's
Come on.
good.
First try,
Big
please.
money, big money.
Let's go! Yeah! Oh my gosh!
That was so
Let's
good.
go! First try on main stage.
First try. That trick's so hard. Basically,
Oh my gosh.
what we were doing is there's an invisible radius around that mini cyclone that will suck you in, and we were trying to trigger the cyclone slate using that button, that shoulder button, on the exact frame that we entered it. And Shasta killed it. We are now warping to some janky places. We went out of bounds for a minute, but now we can't sail, so we actually just opened the salvage arm, which reloads the entire map and takes you out of warp displacement. And what you'll see is it put us at the origin of this map. This is actually the northeast quadrant, and the origin of the map happens to be inside the reef. And the reef has one entrance that's currently blocked by that giant cyclone, and because we warp to the inside, we can get to the Isle of Ruins, skipping the entire Island of the Dead, which would be required to get rid of that cyclone. It is going to be a little bit jank on the way out because of that, but that trick saves like optimally like over 4 minutes or something
4 or
like
5
that.
minutes,
4 or
yeah.
5 minutes. It's incredible. Can we get another round of applause for first try on main
That was
stage?
incredible.
That was so good.
Couldn't ask for anything better.
And by the way, if you want to know where out of bounds we were, you gotta donate for the glitch exhibition.
That's
Yes.
true, yeah. So in
Yeah.
this exhibition, I'll be showing off a few funny side effects you can do with that warp displacements. So if you want to see more of that and what we can do with it, donate for the glitch exhibition.
Yeah,
Hey
it's,
guys, we're so
2,000 to go.
close.
we're so close. It's so broken.
It's so close. Let's go, y'all. But for now, though, we're going to do a funny little movement thing here. So there's a like across
I
the
love this
way.
trick.
We're going to be
Yeah.
just doing this. Gonna bring him a little over here,
Give
a little over there,
nudgy,
little nudge, a little over there, a little higher, a little higher. Then,
Hi, buddy.
there. Yeah.
That skips a bunch of navigation around these
Yeah.
islands.
You wouldn't think it would save a whole lot of time, but actually saves more than you expect.
Yeah, no.
Good like 15, 20 seconds of movement or so.
Nice.
Oh, you use an arrow there? I use
Yep.
boomerang.
I just used one arrow to get him out of the way.
I'm gonna steal that.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Boomerang's good too, I'd say, yeah.
Now
These boulders have a mind of their own.
yeah, it's pretty RNG.
How they bounce is completely random. Whoa.
I don't believe you that is completely random.
Yeah,
I
okay.
swear they hope
Oh.
on you.
That was good. Some great
That was
movement
really
there.
good,
Oh my
though.
gosh.
Yeah, good reaction time.
Fun facts, in Minish Cap, the boulders are classified as an enemy because there's a figurine of them. I believe it there because of those boulders especially.
So now we're going into the, I think, third knight's temple. His name is Bremer. Remember
yeah.
that? That's on the test.
So the fourth night, we actually don't see them in the run because we skipped out on their run. They're on the Isle of the Dead.
Yeah, his name is Brand.
Yeah. So on this island, we're just kind of collecting quests right now. We're doing some navigation of the island in order to be able to get to what is it casually intended to be the last dungeon of the game.
Look over there, trans rights is what it said.
Where?
I see trans rights.
They're
Hell yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's all around.
Trans rights are human rights.
It's true.
Exactly. Yeah, we're trying to get into what should be the last dungeon of the game, which is King Muto's temple. And then we'll go back to do the other dungeons because we still do need to complete them. But the dungeon item for this dungeon in particular is so broken that it's going to make mincemeat of the entire rest of the game.
And here we have the second knight, Doylan. Write that down.
Yep, Doylan. You got Brand,
yeah.
Premier, Doylan. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, those are some good fantasy names. Did they come from a fantasy name generator?
It's actually funny. The Knights of Kabul that appear here, they're actually based on the Carpenters you see all the way back in Ocarina of Time.
Oh.
If you remember, the boss of the Carpenters, his name was actually Muto, just like the king of this island. And the four knights, they're named similarly to the knights after they got localized in Minish Cap, in which they're like Brent, Yeah, Brent. I
Doyle.
think it was Doyle. The other guy was still called Bremer. The other guy, we won't spoil him yet.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
got one name.
He's got the best name.
Let me know when you have time for a quick one.
I'd say right now it's pretty good,
That was
actually.
great.
I have $75 from Regal Necklace. Hey, Shasta. I
hello.
think you forgot something. I'm here waiting. You'll be here soon, right?
No.
Right?
Just like a few more hours.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
Just don't worry about
We'll
it.
get there. We'll get
Also,
there.
less than $1,500 on the glitch.
Ooh, we're so close. Come on, y'all. Come on.
We're also so close to $840,000, which
Oh
is
my
so
God.
much good
Right
money
there.
for
Right there.
charity. Please, y'all, I would love to see $840,000 by the end of this run. That would be so cool.
By this tempo, more like it, honestly. We can definitely do that, I believe.
By the way, this game has so much going on all the time. Like you do not have a bathroom break at all. This is genuinely the longest time you can like let down the controller, which is like 20 seconds.
Not even do that there. That's the
Yeah.
wild part. I should have done that there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll do it right here.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Trans rights.
Those are amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
See, I just want to see the little trans rights icon on the timer. That's my goal.
It's very good.
Yeah, so we drained all the water here, and now we're being gifted a lower path that we can use to make to the next part of the island.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's gone now.
But it's there.
But don't
I
worry,
missed it, but I
trans
believe
rights
you.
are still here. It's right
Absolutely.
there. It
Trans
is right
rights is
there.
walking right
Right
there.
there, right there.
That's trans rights.
They are?
Yeah.
They just roll a boulder. It's pretty cool.
Man, trans rights can do a lot.
Yeah.
So, chat, do you remember the 3 knights we have talked about thus far? It was Brand, Bremer, Doylan. This is the first knight. His name is Max.
Just Max.
Good old Max.
Good old Max.
He's trying his best.
We just go to him because he's like, hey, I can open a door for you. No problem. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, we only have to go talk to him because he's going to open the door so that we can get into King Muto's temple.
Yeah, but first we got to draw a tooth.
Yeah, we have
We forgot to.
do a doodle.
The way the game intends you to do this is to go to the bottom left of the map here, and there's a bunch of gravestones that have different like engravings on them telling you, draw here next, etc., etc. Not phrases like that, but you know. But we know how to do it. We can just do all that.
I
That
always thought it
should
was a
work.
bookmark.
Hopefully.
It looks
I
like
see a
an
bookmark. I
old-timey
see a bookmark,
bookmark.
yeah.
That's surprisingly like you have to be like super on point for drawing there for whatever reason. It's like
mean-
very strangely like
Yeah.
specific. I don't know.
Meanwhile, the Triforce,
The Triforce is
Yeah.
Triforce.
Yeah.
that was certainly a Triforce.
In the
The
hierarchy
game-
of this game, I guess the tooth is more important than the Triforce.
Hey, you can't handle the tooth.
I don't know you're gonna say that.
All right, so welcome to Muto's temple. There's a lot
Ooh.
of difficult movement in this temple, plus a lot more glitches than you might be used to at some of the temples now.
Yeah.
We have to start by igniting twin torches on either side of the top of the temple here, which means we have to take the right and left paths. So we start with the right path because it's slightly easier to get going with, and we actually have to do something for the left path coming up. But first we got
Oh, that's
Stalfos.
clean.
Just walking away.
Yep. There we go.
I use a boomerang to hit both of them as they spawn in there because just a little faster to do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the body just runs away until it defeats the head, but it's a little funny. All right, we're gonna save and quit right here because I'm done playing the game for now. See you later.
Yeah.
But yeah, we save and quit right here because this resets all the cycles in this temple and also gets me back to the start just a little bit faster. Not too much faster, but
Yeah,
not for it to matter.
We're now gonna try to make a pretty tight cycle, and it can be really annoying if the keys don't cooperate. But
We're good though.
We're good, yeah.
They
cooperate most
just
of the
took
time
some
there.
percussive persuasion, and then they cooperated.
Yeah, it's mainly this block cycle that if you get off this, it is so harder.
Yeah.
It's so much harder than it looks to get back on it.
Honestly, if one of the keys hits you off, or like you get too far off,
Sweet.
that was beautiful.
Very nice.
The easiest thing to do is save warp
1,100
again.
remaining on the glitch exhibition.
Come on, chat.
Oh,
Come on.
Also, less than $2,000 from 840,000.
oh my God.
We're right there.
You're so close, y'all.
Tell me your favorite Zelda game, chat, and donation comment.
Tell me your least favorite Zelda game. I
Ooh,
wanna
that
see a
too.
fight.
Tell me your favorite handheld Zelda game.
Ooh, Spirit Tracks, baby.
The GOAT.
All right, we have one more, a little.
I'll use bombs actually. Just kidding. I'm using arrows because
You liar.
I'm sorry. I mismenued.
So yeah, we're about to get one of the coolest items in the entire series, which is the hammer. We just need to, do this in this small little battle. The hammer has a lot of very cool uses. A lot of them intended. Some of them may be unintended.
Yeah, the really cool thing about the hammer, it's also drawn on my shirt, is that Ciela, our main fairy, is gonna be the one who holds the hammer, not Link. Don't give hammers to children.
Yeah, give them to small fairies.
Give them to very small fairies, because then not only can you hit things with a hammer, it's a ranged weapon.
So with a hammer, we can launch ourselves, first of all. There's normal things like hitting rusted switches, but we can launch ourselves in the air. That's already pretty insane.
That's also an adorable animation.
Yeah, but that's not the wildest thing.
But the cool thing we can do, though, is this next room. I'm doing something called a hammer clip. What that is I'm going to line myself up against the wall, Link's back facing the wall, essentially. And I'm just going to charge the hammer, because that's the thing you can do with it. While having, being like real close like this, I'm going to pause buffer on the right frame when the hammer is like down on the wall, like that. Oh, I'm going to reposition myself just a little bit here. Something like this should be probably better, I think, hopefully.
Yeah, that looks good.
Nice. We just do that. It goes into the side of the wall.
But wait,
We're not done yet.
But wait, there's more.
There's another trick called arrow through door. What we want to do here is we want to look to the right to despawn the door on the left, shoot an arrow to the left,
Oh my god!
First try every time.
He's too sick with it.
Incredible.
We despawned the door and then pressed the select button to immediately recenter the camera while the arrow was between that pyramid that controlled the water level and the door to hit only the pyramid.
Yeah, we want the door to despawn and then respawn everything in time for it to hit the pyramid. It's a very tight window and it's really awkward to hold.
It skips this entire dungeon, basically.
Yeah, we're basically right at the end.
We're going to the boss key now, like that's it.
We skipped like over half this dungeon.
If you remember this dungeon playing it casually and you remember those like tile flipping puzzles, we do just approximately none.
How many is no?
Yeah, it's just none. We do none of them.
None
0.
percent.
None percent less puzzles.
There we go.
None puzzles, less beef.
None puzzle with left beef.
I'm a vegetarian.
My friend actually ordered that pizza for his birthday once.
Oh my god.
No.
I'm sure they were confused.
Amazing.
I feel like I gotta get that order so often.
Yeah.
$923 remaining.
We're right there. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I'll give a quick shout out once again to Solidify Gaming for finding the arrow despawn trick. It's only used there in the run, but it's really cool. Genuinely, they can just kind of do that. It's like unspawn and respawn something in time to hit the switch in this case. Like, very cool trick, but it's only used there in the run. So again, shout out to Solid.
Yeah, now we're gonna just...
Here's a ranged weapon, the hammer.
Yeah. Let our fairy murder everything in this room. If you accidentally don't manage to murder them, they can really mess up your day. So hit him with a hammer.
Yeah, the hammer's just extremely broken if you couldn't tell already from when we used it.
Yeah.
But the thing that's also cool about it is it does more damage than your sword as well.
Oh, there's
and
a
we can
puzzle
also, of course,
Don't look at those. We don't do them. We don't do them.
Okay.
But yeah, it also of course collects items along the way too, which is cool. You have to like go over towards it all.
Yeah.
Like it's just very good.
Also, we're heading in now to what I think is the most aesthetically interesting boss.
It is my favorite boss in this entire game.
I love him. He's great.
Fun
This fight's
fact
so
about
cool.
This boss, if I'm gonna maybe age myself a little bit, I remember when this game first came out and there were TV commercials for it, and this boss was featured very prominently in the commercials. I remember, at least towards the end. So this was a lot of people's maybe first teaser towards what this game could hold.
Yeah, here's Eox. We generally want to get behind him first. We need to break
good butt.
all. Yeah,
That was so good.
Good. We want to break all of those little stones attached to the red pegs because the little promo for him is actually inaccurate. He is not a stone soldier.
Nice, that's really good. We want to destroy all the pegs that are on the back on their back during that cycle. They're more anything else. Then of course I want to try to get the ones at the front now, but those are not anymore. That's good.
Ooh, owie.
That shockwave lasts a while too. You gotta be careful of that. Can I get this? No, one more.
Yeah, the hitboxes for these
That's
like
really good though. Nice.
Yeah,
these
was
rocks
really
are
good.
way smaller than they look.
Okay.
Careful.
There
Alright,
Now
we
we
good.
need to get 4 more switches on him in order to go to the next phase.
And we're good. That's phase 1.
Very nice.
That was actually really good though.
right.
Really good
We're
phase
gonna
1.
be
So-
skipping phase 2 for the most part.
So what's going to happen here at phase 2 is that Shasta's going to get on his head and start slashing this blue jewel, and at some point Eox's head is going to shake. But in order to avoid being thrown...
It's only with the bomb though, funnily enough. It's just up there.
Oh no. Oh, now it's... Wait, you can still hit that?
Fine. Nothing to worry about.
We're fine.
Nothing to worry about. Like, what are y'all talking about there? we're good.
Nice recovery.
So
I'm an expert, okay?
Yes,
I know what I'm
yes, you
doing.
the damage boost from the bomb would have kept Shasta on top, but we were just a little bit too slow to pick it up.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Easy recovery. And that's Muto's temple.
Yep, and that is the final dungeon of the game, except not really. Because we have 2 more. They're just previous dungeons.
Am I world record for this game? Actually, go opt for his heart container right here. I'm actually going to not do that.
You are a mad lad.
Yeah, I actually realized recently I don't really need it. Shout out to Cube for telling me that too. They put that idea in my mind. I don't really need the heart container there. So, yeah, Cube being one people on JRisJunior for this right now.
Yeah, this is gonna give us the first of our sacred metals or whatever they're called.
The pure metals, yeah.
Thank you.
We have the Aquanine now.
Yeah.
From King Muto.
We need to get all 3 and bring them to Zaz so he can make us a special sword that is not the Master Sword.
It is legally distinct.
Legally distinct,
I mean,
special,
it's
shiny
distinct for
sword.
other reasons beyond just that, but you know.
Legally
I mean,
distinct.
the Master Sword is in Ganon right now,
Yeah.
so it's kind of
Yeah.
stuck.
Yeah, remember,
busy.
this is post Wind Waker, so Ganon's corpse is just at the bottom of the sea holding the sword.
Yeah, very nice of him.
Very
Yeah.
cool, yeah.
He's a turned to stone, just like Tetra.
By the way, another fun fact about the Cobble Kingdom, the 2 characters we met earlier, Astrid and KO, if you go back to Astrid, like around this time, she actually says that they are from the Cobble Kingdom. They're they were the last 2 remaining alive people. I guess now it's only Astrid.
Also,
yeah.
this happens here, by the way, because we skipped the ring necklace.
Yeah, because we never actually got rid of that cyclone. It's gonna send you to a random location immediately upon leaving, but it actually doesn't matter because since we have our 4 frogs that we care about in this run, the entire rest of the run, we're just gonna be warping most places and not have to do a whole ton of sailing, which is very nice. We will have to do a little bit of sailing.
Like right here.
Little bit of
We're going to
sailing.
Goron Island next. We have a little bit of sailing first, so I think for 1 or 2 donations would be good
Yeah.
right now, I'd say.
Absolutely. Glitch incentive, just over $200 remaining on that. Let's go,
Right
Twitch
there.
chat.
That's the finish line.
I also have a
50
quick...
to 839. Come on.
Let's go! Quick donation from Rar, $13. My favorite DS game, why? Kingdom Hearts 358 divided by 2 days.
358 days over 2 for some reason.
I have
the
a
best
lot
Kingdom
of
Hearts
choice
game.
words to say about that game. I'm so sorry.
Oh
my God.
Twitch
It's
chat,
fine.
can you tell me how to pronounce that
100.
game name? It's really hard for me, thanks.
Come on. Oh my God.
Oh, we're so close.
Come on,
We're
come
so
on.
close.
Come on, before this
Before the
idiot
boss
shows up.
finishes. There's a boss or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. Lineback is freaking out. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter. I care about the incentive.
Yeah, incentive is way more important than this idiot.
We hate to
him.
say it right here. He whenever he spins, I can't hurt him. It sucks.
Yeah, he's like totally RNG. You don't need to worry about him. We want to worry about the glitch exhibition.
Yeah, let's get it right now. Come on.
We're so close.
Yeah, so this guy does like a weird. He does like a few
He
cycles.
likes RNG is what he likes.
Yeah.
And that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's.
Glitch exhibition! Let's go! Let's go! Thank you so much for everyone's generosity. This cannot be possible without you.
As you can see, there's a bunch of stuff coming at me right now. I'm gonna try and ignore
come on.
that.
Come on.
Really?
Yeah, when he spins, he's completely invincible. In that case, he barely spun just for long enough to make sure I couldn't hit that last eye. Thank you, Massive Eye. Very cool.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of annoying. The times when you can hit one side or the other are not.
Oh, wait.
intuitive.
God.
Oh!
Nice.
Nice.
What a snipe! Right as I'm saying they're unintuitive, you just shoot through his body.
You can do that. It's great.
Yes, thank you for demonstrating for me so I don't have to say
You
more
are
words.
you are completely at his mercy if he decides to show you the side of him that has the eyes to still damage. And sometimes he just charges your ship because he feels like it. What
Yeah.
are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Nothing.
What you gotta do?
He doesn't have to shoot cycles every single time, guaranteed.
We also can't hop there because Lineback took control of the ship for a moment. Thanks, Lineback. You're slow.
Lineback.
You're welcome.
Very cool.
So now that we're on Goron Island, I think it's gonna be pretty polite if we introduce ourselves to everyone on the island.
Yes, you should do that
Yes.
every single time
Yeah.
you go onto an island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
please-
the next time you go to the UK?
I guess not to everybody in the UK.
I want to meet every British person. Yeah, this is actually to prevent a soft lock later. We need to talk to literally every Goron before we proceed to go to the dungeon, because we're actually going to be skipping, like, I don't know, like a third or more of this island.
Yeah. You see that maze in the top right there?
Yeah,
no,
no,
you
no.
don't.
I don't see
you
it.
do not
No, you
see it.
don't.
Yeah, what the heck? Huh?
But in order to be able to skip that successfully without the game getting too angry at us and not letting us progress, we do have to talk to all the Gorons first. Otherwise, it'll tell us to talk to all the Gorons forever and never let us leave.
Friendly reminder, I am playing a DS game.
Hey,
Hey!
Hey,
Hey!
hey,
That-
listen.
That is the final time I actually use the microphone in this run right there. We haven't used it in a while in general, so like, yeah, good throwback, I guess.
Microphone, we hardly knew ye.
if you want to use the microphone more, you could play a game like Diddy Kong Racing, which just loves that microphone, by the way.
Like a
God.
DS, right?
Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing for the Nintendo DS.
Oh my God, that was wild.
That was very
That
cool.
was gorgeous.
That was an accidental roll, but
Links
that was
to the
funny.
We're at four dizzies.
4 daisies, I guess.
Nice counting.
I'm very good at counting, except I'm not.
Yeah, didn't you just say that you're not?
Skyward Sword expects me to count to 11, and that's really high.
It's so many numbers.
Yeah, I can barely count to 20 in Majora's Mask.
While we're talking to the final Gorons, do we have time for donations, Shasta?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. I've got $25 from Ketchup the Duck.
Ah, ketchup.
I guess after all was said and done, it was Phantom Hourglass.
Oh my God.
Oh, by the way.
That's
dang
fine.
it.
Oh, it's
You,
so
you can hop off a ledge there just in time if I move fast enough, and the game will teleport you back onto the ledge again when you
Yeah.
get on the map. It's
It's
really
just
funny.
a funny little interaction.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I got
One more.
$10 from Viz. Wind Waker HD looks a little different from what I remember.
That's the standard definition.
Yeah, it's an SC.
yeah.
All right, we've not talked to
Shout out
everybody
to
here.
Biz.
And we're
That's the
gonna,
Biz, I think it is.
yeah. So we're gonna go right up here, just do a couple rolls, and
What if I told
What?
you?
Mm.
What if I told you the hammer can
There we
just
go.
go over there?
Yeah.
Remember how the
just do
hammer
that.
is a ranged weapon? Yeah, claps for the hammer.
we love the hammer.
All right.
Now here's Goron Temple.
This is my personal favorite temple. There's a lot of really sick tricks here, and we get a new item that breaks the game even further. Not in the way that you might expect, though. We got bomb chews coming up, but it's not like your good old-fashioned N64
Oh, hey,
bomb
look,
chews.
pot tricks are back.
Yeah, we can just kind of run through some of these pots in this first room for whatever reason. I don't know why. The wall doesn't exist right here.
Yeah, that one's so easy. It's just free.
Oops. There we go.
And you're normally supposed to push a statue onto this and it opens the door, but because of this door opening cutscene, it gives us just enough time to make it over without having to pull the statue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
You just have to hit it from far away, and it's actually like really silly easy.
Nice.
Very nice. What Shasta did there was lure the guy over so he dies spot, so we didn't have to push his corpse. It was very nice of him to die how we wanted.
Right on
That was
cue.
morbid.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a little morbid.
But once again, we're going to be skipping the majority of this dungeon, but we do have to do enough of it to go find Gongaron.
yes.
Oh yeah, we got a really cool
Something's-
mechanic in this dungeon only.
Yeah, so Gongaron...
It's so cool, actually. I love it.
He was supposed to lead us through the maze, but as it turned out, by the way, hammer is overpowered, but
Yeah.
as it turned out, we didn't do the maze, so we've never really met him. But he is like the chief's Goron son, and he got lost in the dungeon, so we have to go rescue him. Where do you think he got to?
Across this random.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Yo, what's up, boy?
We did it.
He calls
He's
us,
rescued now.
He calls
right?
us Goro trans rights, by the way.
Yeah. Can we get a shout outs for Goro trans rights?
Yeah.
By the way, that Hinox right there is supposed to be a hard fight, but hammer.
The hammer.
Hammer. Yeah.
Yeah, so get used to the hammer because it's basically our main method of combat for almost everything from here. It does
For a
so
while the rest of
much
the run, yeah.
damage. All right, so now here's the mechanic. We actually get to play as Gongaron.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's so rare in the Zelda series for that.
We
to
have
happen.
officially hit $840,000 raised for Doctors Without Borders.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, y'all.
So yeah, this is actually a very rare thing in the Zelda series. Like a few of the other ones are like a cafe at the end of the Angel and Cafe side quest in Majora's Mask, or I mean, I guess it's a little bit less rare now because we have the entirety of Echoes of Wisdom.
True, yeah.
I mean, in Echoes of Wisdom, you really mostly play as Zelda, but you do get to play as Link for a very short amount of time. So they just flip the script.
Yes.
All right, so we just picked up bomb chews. Those are going to be very important in this dungeon, but not just yet. First, Gongaron's got to roll into some snakes.
Ice slugs.
Ice slugs. That's what they're actually called.
These are neither snakes nor rope, they're ice slugs.
Yo, was this game made by Grezzo? That's a lot of eye-related enemies.
Shout out to MM3D, my goat.
All right, so Shasta's going to attempt to not kill all of these eye slugs by getting a very nice hammer clip. If you don't get that decently quickly, you will have to kill all the eye slugs before they mess up your day. And if you kill them all, you get an entire extra short cutscene of a chest spawning. So it saves a lot of time to get that quickly.
Okay.
And now we can't avoid the bomb shoes forever because it's supposed to use bomb shoes there. We're not going to use it for a trick here. Do you want to play Brand Deal?
Yes. So what's going to happen here is that Shasta's going to manipulate the bomb choose position on the top screen so that the camera's in a funky place. Then he's going to open the menu so that he lets go of R in the go button on the same frame, which manipulates the camera and allows him to hit this switch that's way on the other side of him. That's called a bomb chew camera lock.
Very nice, Dizzy.
And that's not the last time we're going to see it. We're about to use it again, and we get to do another one later, which is even more precise, which is just awesome.
Yeah.
That one is insane.
It's so cool.
It's also really fun. Not only can you do this with the hammer, you can do it with any ranged weapon, because again, remember the hammer's a ranged weapon.
Yep.
So we're not going to use the hammer to do this. What would we hit with the hammer? Instead, we're going to go use the boomerang so that we can hit both of these crystals at once and be moving away at the same time, because the boomerang does not.
Nice.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful. The boomerang is not tied to how far it is from Link, just how far it is from the camera.
Yeah, so we basically skip the rest of the dungeon by doing those two tricks right there.
Yep.
There is a puzzle that we have to get past a bunch of ice slugs there using bomb chews and hit those two switches from across the way. But because we do bomb chew camera lock there, we don't actually never spawn any of the ice slugs there at all. They spawn once you get rid of the spikes on the top right of the last room there.
And
yeah, don't see that at all.
BCLs are actually frame perfect on Nintendo DS. So
They are
theoretically,
possible.
So theoretically on DS, if you wanted to make them easier, you could hold on to the go button and the R button and then close your DS over top of it to mimic what we're doing on Wii U. But DS runners just get good at holding go and R and letting go in the same frame because it's not that much of a task, but it is nice how free these became on Wii U.
I used to run this game on DS as well using the Japanese version, and that's what we did there a lot of time. It's just let go at the same frame. It's hard, but it's very possible for sure.
Yeah, also fun fact, we mentioned earlier that English is the fastest version despite the fact that several cutscenes don't exist on Japanese, and it's because that warp displacement trick that we did earlier is exclusive to English. It only works like that on English.
Also, yeah, this fight is really cool. I love Danganrongo. We both use both Gongaron and Link here to just damage them over time. In my case, I have a little set for this. I do a little 360 around them.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. Then I just
there we go.
okay. There's a cutscene that happens whenever Iceland comes near me for the first time, so I have to make sure that happens. There we go.
Nice.
You need to be careful about the bomb chew pathing because if you're slightly off center of his mouth, it will slam into it without actually going in.
Yep.
And just explode, and then you've wasted a bomb chew.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, knocked down. Hopefully it doesn't hit any of them. I think it's okay though.
Oh, that was so close.
Very, very good.
All intended.
And that's the fight. There it is.
Yeah, it's totally done. We totally did it, guys. We did it. He's dead.
He's gone forever.
Yeah.
He's gone Garon.
Yeah.
Same brain cell. Yeah.
It's my turn with the brain cell.
Oh, man. Wait, what?
Oh, no.
No, what?
My fridge.
Oh, no.
The door. Oh, no.
He's just taking a nap.
What? Open.
What are we going to do?
Well,
I got to get out of here.
If only he had some kind of giant weak spot. Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
like
there it is. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, now it becomes a very traditional Zelda fight of we have to feed him bombs the traditional way.
We still feed the dongos the traditional
Good
way.
to see right there.
Yep. Farm raised.
Oh,
Nice bomb drop.
Nice.
You never get a bomb drop there.
Yeah, so bomb drops are pretty essential to getting a 2-cycle on this boss.
Yeah.
And we got one there, thankfully, which is nice. We'll do a few more bomb hits right here just to make sure we get this. So like 1, I'll do 2. Do 2, 3 spin attacks, do more damage than regular sword hits, and then this should be it right here.
Nice.
Nice. 2-cycle.
Very nice.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but there's only one temple left after this.
There
is.
And did we have another incentive for another run later on we can probably talk about? We can probably start working towards?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got two. We have got an incentive and a bid war for the community clash. One is the bonus round. If that will be added to the end of the community clash if that is funded, as well as the bid war between whether there will be a category of category of parkour or menus.
That's very funny still.
Y'all, are you parkour person or a menu person?
I think
Parkour.
I'm a parkour person for sure.
Parkour,
Yeah,
parkour.
much
I
more
love Sonic
parkour.
games.
Parkour.
I love platforms, a lot of speedrun, but I also love RPGs. So I'm a bit of both, but like, yeah, RPGs, yeah. but yeah. I don't know. I like games of schmoovin like this. It's very cool.
So, Gongaron now respects us. He's our best friend. I hope nothing happens to change his feelings.
Yes.
Absolutely nothing, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, we did say there was going to be a test during this
do you
round.
Yeah,
remember
the quiz
chat?
is coming up. I
Yeah,
hope
yeah.
you guys were ready.
Hope you're
Yeah,
prepared.
Did you write down all the things that we told
It's
you to
open
write
note
down?
after all.
Like, we were
Yeah.
not lying, guys.
You can
that was
always
not a
look
bit.
at the top screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's not going to say no peeking. But yes, we are going to go do the Goron quiz because this is required for Linebeck to let us leave the island.
Also, 2 Gongarons right here.
Yep.
Yep,
So there.
That
Should
the
not
same
be 2
person.
Gongarons there.
One of them is the one from before the dungeon. The other one is the one we just saved.
So yeah,
Yep.
now that we're the first 3 questions are the exact same every single time, but in different order.
Yep.
The last 3 questions have 3 possibilities per question. I misread 6. There we go.
There are 6 homes.
6 homes.
The next one should be ship.
Yep, it's a ship here on that spot. That's what he's looking at. All right, now here's where it gets a little tricky. Hopefully I can get this. It's 6. Yeah, I got that question 3 times in a row now. Funnily enough.
I like one of the.
All right, this one's
questions for that
7,
one is just
7,
what
or
question.
46. It's 7 here. Number going on that side.
Yep.
We could get a funny follow-up to this too, possibly because of that question. Nope, we got this one. That's the
All
chest
right,
over
chest,
there.
that's the easiest
and
one.
that's it right there.
Nice.
And now remember the Goron
nice.
tribe. Yeah.
Good job acing the quiz, chat.
Good job.
We got wisdom gem for it too.
So, he gives us money for each answer we get right, and then when you do the quiz, he's like, oh yeah, I need all that money back.
Yeah, and now Gongaron is like, I hate you. Go away. I will never give you the medal.
we
And-
temple. There we go. Yeah. We
Yeah,
can do
and now it's
this
like, yeah, you did it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like it gives us the pre-temple dialogue right there, and then like we taught them again after I taught the Gongaron. It's like, yeah, you beat the temple. Let's go.
Yeah.
So Gongaron's character development happens in reverse. He learns to love us, and then he hates us all of a sudden.
Yeah, but through no fault of his own. That's all our fault.
Yeah,
It's true, it's
That's what
true.
you get for glitching.
Yep.
But
My
glitching
bad.
is fine.
But it's cheating.
But I
in my
love
single-player video game.
I love cheating.
Well,
Any cheaters in chat?
Hey yo. Oh my god.
all right, let's set sail for adventure, and by adventure, I mean the ice island.
Another square
Yeah.
right here.
That is definitely a W.
Yep,
Yep,
that's
that's W
a
right there.
W.
Look at this huge dub.
Big dubs, chat. Big dubs.
A fun fact. Well, the W can be drawn as a square starting at the upper left, going to the upper right, and then down and across. The other one can actually, the one for the northeast, can also be drawn as a square if you just start at the upper left, then go down, right, up, left.
Yeah, that one's really weird. I'm not sure why it's like that.
It's strange.
This game's funny.
So earlier, we wanted to avoid getting too close to the ice island because you get locked into this kind of like a mini game or a mini gameplay section where you have to shoot the ice off of the island in 2 hits per icicle. Ideally, we want to do this in one big circle around, so Shasta's making sure to blitz through it and shoot everything he can. There are these little like flying eyeballs that try to distract you, but we're too good.
Presto?
Yeah.
They'll never get us.
And this will take some time, so I think we have some time for donations, right?
Absolutely, we do. Yeah.
Fantastic. I've got definitely a few here. I've got $5 from Blue. There are so many good DS games, but I think my favorite is The World Ends With You.
Yes. That's my favorite too. I love that game.
Using
to death.
mingle mode at conventions.
A little fun fact, for my DS completion project, DS Destruction, that is the final game I'm ever going to play for DS Destruction, essentially. I'm saving until the very end. Whether it's like, like whenever I get a stop it or get to like game number 1700 or something, that's the final one I'm doing. I love that game to death.
I also like spaced out for a hot second on the donation total. It went up $1,000.
Wow.
Wow.
This is
Y'all are
just-
killing it.
I love GDQ.
So we're about
Me
to
too.
enter the Isle of Frost, which has one of my favorite people in the entire Zelda series, the Anuki. The Anuki are just kind of abject,
They're little
terrible
guys.
people.
They're just terrible.
They're really
They're
bad
so
people.
cute.
They're very cute, but they're just awful because, like, on the other side of the island, there's this other people called the Yuk, and they are evil right now because Bellum took over them. But before then, they were just normal guys, and like. Anyway, the Anuki just hate them. They just hate these guys for no good
For
reason.
no reason at all.
And-
And then in Spirit Tracks, it's also funny when you meet the Anuki, instead of hating someone else, they just hate each other a lot.
no.
yeah.
There's an entire mini game where you just have to be like, oh, I hate people who wear yellow, and I hate people with mustaches. Do not under any circumstance pair me with people with mustaches.
Ouch. Now in the first place, in order to get access to the right side of the island where the temple is, we need to find out who's the imposter here. We gotta play a Nuki Among Us, quite literally. We gotta find the sussy baka, if you will.
I'd
Which-
just like to point out this beautiful moment I witnessed of Palamer interacting with our lovely host, JR, as mustache-clad individual.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, JR. I've outed
We
the
love you,
mustache.
JR.
We love you. The Anuki hate you. They're
That makes sense, though.
terrible.
All right, perfect.
Can we get a round of applause for our first-time host, JR, as well, too? First-time host on GEQ. They're doing a fantastic job.
Oh, I love these little plushies that they have in their
Yeah, they're
homes.
Look at that weird
Cute.
tingle in the background.
Yeah.
So, luckily for us, in a game full of RNG, it's always the same imposter, and
Yeah.
that's this bloke.
It's
A Roo.
Ooh. It is spin.
Still a spin.
It's you.
Cute.
Book him.
But yeah, it turns out, yep, they're a Uke right like this. They're cool too. The Ukes actually are cool people in general.
I do like
Yeah,
that
just stop
you
right now.
can talk, and then we're gonna murder them later, and then it feels messed up.
Yeah, but we're gonna murder them, but then later they're gonna show up again and be like, no, we're fine, actually.
Yeah, my
we're
stomach
chill,
just
Those are the
actually.
ones we murdered.
No, it's the same ones. Their stomachs just hurt because they ate all the bombs.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
disappeared.
No,
Just
they're
don't-
alive.
don't-
think
It's
too hard.
fine. It's
Don't
fine.
worry about it.
They got better.
Just don't worry about it.
They got better.
Yeah, they got better.
All right, and we're done with the little entry puzzle here now, and so we're gonna start making our way into our final dungeon of the game. And once again, this is not supposed to be one where you have the hammer, and it's optional whether or not you do, usually at least intended, the Frost Island or the Goron Island first. So it's not gonna actually require bomb, choose, or hammer for anything in the dungeon, but we're gonna get creative with it and use all of our tools, and it's gonna have a little fun. We're gonna skip a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So there are two kinds of Ukes. There are Ukes with white fur and Ukes with brown fur. The white fur Ukes will do the same thing every time, which is they will immediately open up on that that breath attack, which will suck up a bomb. Whereas the Ukes with the brown fur are random. They decide if they want to do the breath attack or if they want to just start slashing. The choice is theirs, unfortunately.
Sometimes you can
Yeah.
go a little off screen when the Ukes get destroyed, and because of that, the animation of them exploding doesn't happen. So make sure to actually go a bit further to the left there for a second. Just make sure all of them get destroyed here, because you have to destroy 6 of them to unlock
Yeah,
that.
you can just get Nintendo'd where you get them off screen a little bit and suddenly they don't exist.
All right, and hopefully the brown Ukes immediately inhale here. Hopefully they do that,
Yep.
I believe.
Please,
Just stay
Uke.
still and hopefully that happens.
Please.
Please, Uke?
He never does it. This guy is in particular hates
Okay,
you.
second attack is still pretty good. I've
Absolutely,
gotten
yeah.
it like 9th or 10th before, and it sucks. Because you're just
Oh, gosh,
standing
yeah.
there. You're like, hey,
That's
For
one
the
of
final dungeon, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, my time save. I'm a minute and a half ahead. Oh no, I'm not anymore.
Speaking of cool time save, this trick we're about to do right here is really awesome. We're going to hit this color switch twice now to bring it back up here. Then use a bomb shoe to hit it once more. This is all just to get across over to past this area right on time, just like
Sweet.
that.
Very
And now
nice.
this skips like most of the next room, essentially.
And there's actually another tiny skip here where we throw a bomb and hold it above our head to hurt. And we get hurt, but we can hit this switch a little bit earlier. Otherwise, we would have to go down a little bit further, hop on a pole, and hit it with an arrow or the boomerang.
And here's a puzzle for the knowers, because we just know it.
Yep, 1, 4, 3, 2 in this case.
Shoutouts to knowledge.
I love learning.
Big-
Woo!
Big luring fan over
That's
here.
such a great song by Operation Ivy.
I've never heard it in my life. What are you talking
neither.
about?
But I love it.
Yeah. If you like it, I like it. How about that?
Oh,
Shout out to punk rock.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so our old friend, the boomerang puzzle, makes a return since the fire temple.
ooh, my
This part's very
goodness.
scary because the very thin paths we gotta go along here, along with ice
Yeah.
physics too.
And
So
luckily
hopefully
the key
the ice
stops you.
keys and the bubbles don't get me.
oh,
That's got the bubble, we got
Okay.
that.
Good
Keys coming back towards me. I'm getting
Nice.
this right here, and then we're good. Yeah, nothing to worry about. We're good.
Yeah,
All right.
taking a little extra
Cool.
time to make sure you don't fall off is very worthwhile as an investment. It's super scary.
Absolutely.
It's a decent chunk of time if you fall off too, because you got to make your way all the way back
Yep.
around to where you were.
It's so bad.
All right, now we got a double uke fight, one with brown fur and one with white fur. So the white fur will obviously be consistent, but will the other one? Let's find out.
Oh, nice.
That's optimal.
Love to see it.
And now
So nice.
a friend from Wind Waker is going to come by, but we can't use the slide.
Yeah.
This is not Wind Waker HD. I don't know if you could
Contrary
tell
to
by the
popular
graphics.
beliefs.
But yeah, this grappling hook also works very different. It's much more of a hook shot or claw shot that you might know from other Zelda games.
I'm gonna save and clear right here because we actually go right out of the dungeon, and doing this is just a little bit faster and looks cooler anyway. So might as well show it off, you know. So we're gonna do a quick camera clip to hit the shortcut switch right here, which takes us normally back to the beginning of the dungeon, of course. Oops. Oops. If I can get it. There we go.
There we
Nice.
go. Very nice.
Yeah, that clip sucks.
It's not too bad.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of the other one in this
The
dungeon.
other one, yes.
Okay, fair.
The other one.
The other one is
There's a
just
few
different.
not so good
quirky.
hammer clips in
Yeah.
this dungeon. Okay, so this next room that we're entering is like one of my favorite rooms in the entire game. There's a really cool trick here, and a fun fact that I know Pippy wants me to share is
Yeah.
that we use basically every item in the game in this room at least once, except for
The shovel
the shovel.
from the island.
From the
From
Shovel,
Shovel Island, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We're on Grappling Hook Island, right?
that's what it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That's what they call it.
I know
And,
that's not what it looks like. It's how it's spelled, but you know, it's
Yeah.
another language. You
Yeah.
can't use English pronunciation.
Yeah, I think they just made a typo. The letters are like right next to each
Yeah,
other.
yeah. Of
Yes, we're using
course.
arrows right here. We used boomerang earlier, bombs a second ago, grappling hook right there, hammer a second
right.
ago. And now we're going to do a cool trick here that if anyone wants to
Brantino,
explain
what's
it
the
while I
cool
lock in.
part?
So the cool part's coming. So we need to pull this tongue switch as far as it will go to give us maximum time here. So what's going to happen is this opens up a door on the other side of the room. Now, normally there are red pillars in the way that we need to hit a color switch to avoid. But what if I told you we don't need to hit it? So Shasta's going to do a frame perfect jump here. Looks like he landed perfect.
Beautiful.
Nice.
That's only part one.
Only part one, hold on.
Part two is a bomb chew camera lock all the way to this peg here. So we're gonna adjust the camera. Okay, we've got the camera. Now the part we need to hit this peg. This can be harder than it looks sometimes.
Nice! Let's go.
Third
So-
try every time.
Oh my gosh. In practice, that was way less consistent.
So just to be clear, there are two frame perfect inputs in one section, and you're on a time limit that is so much
They're
trickier
wrong.
than it looks. And grabbing the pole is not always guaranteed. So yeah, Shasta made that look so easy. Shout
Yeah,
out to
no.
that skip. That is my favorite skip in the game.
Yeah, we were kind of talking over it.
They're trying that too.
That one is awful, but we were kind of talking over it. But you could hear the timer running in the background,
Yeah.
and it's so scary if you start to hear the faster ticks.
Yeah, it's like hearing the drowning music in Sonic. You
Oh,
just
God.
know something bad is
No,
about
no,
to
no, no,
happen.
no.
So
Also,
that-
beyond that too, after that, we did another hammer clip, which skips half this room straight up.
Yeah, and
this room
that-
is normally really long, with a bunch of different things to do, a couple puzzles to solve, a whole arena too we don't see. But yeah, we just do the left side and we're good.
Yep.
And that hammer clip works a little bit different because on the other hammer clips, we actually want to hold it outside of bounds. On that one, we want to let go and smash it outside of bounds. That's why it's like a little bit weird.
Wait,
and
the
different.
cutest casual strat.
Ooh!
Whee!
Yay!
So good.
Shout out to those pots. They have so many things.
Best
They do.
pots in
They
the
have
game.
all the things. It's great.
Yeah, they
Do
did
all the
do all the
things.
things.
Do all the things.
Shout out to GDQ Hotfix.
Just hotfix. Want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, so I just want to say while we're here, Shasta's a Hotfix showrunner, and I myself have been on Hotfix more times than I can count. GDQ Hotfix is awesome. If you guys don't know about it, they do shows all across the weeks to showcase different kinds of speedruns and a lot of stuff that you might not get to see on a main stage. Maybe it's too long, a little bit too weird or something, but Hotfix does it all. And I just want to give a huge shout out to all the Hotfix showrunners who have given me a chance. I want to give a shout out to Shasta and especially a friend of mine who no longer runs a show, Hypnotics. He ran Going Places. That gave me my first break at Hotfix. So shout outs to Hotfix.
Huge shout out to Hotfix.
Huge fan.
Get round applause for Hotfix, please.
Hotfix is also a great place if you're interested in doing runs for GDQ or any other event. It's a great place to like learn how to be a performer and learn how to commentate and really get experience of trying to like do the thing and also talk at the same time, which is so helpful. I definitely recommend it as an experience.
Just one more thing to say about Hotfix is that they do have a booth outside the stream room. So if you're here, you should hit them up, talk to them. They're nice people.
Also, one more thing to say about it too is there's currently 2 open slots for Hotfix. If you want to have a show idea as well, you can submit one.
You're gonna be up against me. I'm submitting.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get it, but I'm gonna try my best.
Please submit an idea that is worse than Pippi's.
Jeez.
No, but submit an idea that's better than mine. Let's like.
I'm kidding. I'm of course kidding.
Let's talk about this boss real quick.
Yes.
So this is Gleeok right here. They're very much scripted. They're one of the more longer fights in the whole game because of that. There were some ways to speed up a little bit. For instance, I can just hit these ice blocks here to make this part. Just like that.
Yeah, Shasta was also doing a neat little trick there where he was doing a quick spin, but he was clanging against the pole every time he did the quick spin, which is going to make the quick spin not finish and reset your dizzy counter so that you can do infinite quick spins and never get dizzy. This isn't used very often, but it's gonna be used for one very important part coming up in the run real soon.
Write that down.
So make note of that.
I guess worth mentioning too, this boss is actually an old friend, if you want to call it that. This is Gleeok, which is a multi-headed dragon that comes from the original Legend of Zelda. Like I said, this game is kind of a joining of old and new, of like 2D and 3D Zelda, so I love the crossover of bringing back old enemies like Gleeok and giving them a nice new twist. They're fire and ice dragons now because, of course, they are.
Yeah, they're actually much closer to Twin Rover from Ocarina of Time or similar bosses.
Yeah, because we have to reflect the attack of the opposite back at the other dragon, essentially.
Yep.
Now that we've done that, we're in a phase 3 where it's going to change up a little bit here. They can destroy the first 2 pegs, then I can't reflect it normally. So I have to wait for a random amount of attacks they're going to do here, and then we'll go for a cool thing. We're going to do this. Bomb's going to hit them frame 1 here. I'm going to do 1 hammer hit, then a charge hammer hits, and they're actually dead.
Yeah.
Nani? They'll know in a little bit, but yeah.
The red head is currently dead, but the blue head isn't. So we just have to remind the red head that it's dead.
Later on, we'll just kind of sneeze on him and then he'll die.
Yeah.
That's rude.
I guess that's what we call throwing a bomb at them, but you know.
Yes. You can
Just a little sneeze.
You can like just slash him once and stuff like that too. But bombs hit in frame 1, so it's a little bit faster.
Also, that first one gave you optimal RNG.
Yeah, with a 1 bite.
It did,
Oh,
yeah.
this one didn't. Oh no, still not bad RNG.
We take
It can
two, we take
do
two.
1, 2, or 3, and they really like to do 3.
See,
There we go.
Redhead, that guy's dead. This is what you are.
Yeah, you
And that's
Are
fine.
dead.
There we go.
very
Very nice.
That's the last dungeon. So we've just got some end game left. One more Temple of the Ocean King visit and a final boss. I hope you guys have been enjoying the run because this has been a blast for us, I can tell you.
It's been
100%.
Also, a
Actually,
quick
this is
update when you're
80%.
ready.
True.
We have raised
is
over $48,000 through the Twitch extension. Let's hit 50,000. I know you can do it, Twitch chat. Donate the charity button. Make sure that you donate in Doctors Without Borders, and then authorize the extension.
I got a wild challenge for y'all. Can we get $850,000 by the end of this run right here? We're almost about 8,000 away right now. I think we can do it.
Let's go,
you gotta
Twitch
go
chat.
back
Turn
to
up
the
the
Temple of
heat.
Courage
Come
for
on.
that.
That's true. Also, here's a Rue. He just this is the real Rue
This is the
now, not the
real
fake
Rue.
one.
Yeah.
He's like, sorry about that. They kind of kidnapped me. It was pretty bad. Thank you.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but now all the Yuk are just normal. You can talk to them and they're like, ooh, my tummy hurts.
my tummy hurts.
Yeah, so they're not dead. They were just confused for a little bit.
And they're also not evil. A Nuki?
Not at all. Who's the real evil one?
Yeah.
Bellum.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Bellum.
yeah.
That's true.
Bellum's the boss, by the way. There is no Ganondorf in this.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't pull a surprise Ganon.
this is the time where Gandalf is canonically
Twilight
killed,
Princess,
so yeah.
take notes.
Yeah. We liked sand.
One loud boo in the back. I'm here for it.
So we got to go back to our buddy Zaz because we've got all the pure metals now. He needs to get to work. We need that sword.
We need that. It's important.
And there's one more time that we'll skip a post box.
Yep, just one
That is true.
more.
One last one.
Because unfortunately, just like
Technically
in
two
real
last
life,
ones.
you
Yeah.
can't commit tax evasion forever.
It catches up with you.
It'll
It
catch up
does
with
catch
you.
up with you eventually. So we will have to go check our mail at some point. The game does not let you complete it without checking your mail once.
They
But
did.
now we gotta get her a sword,
Yeah.
which she's gonna have ready here as soon as we take the mail to him, right? Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
how long did it take to make a magic sword, dude? Like 5 minutes?
pretty instant, right? Yeah, like 5 minutes for probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just, like,
yeah,
shove
probably
them
5
together.
minutes. It's actually a little bit faster if you're Japanese.
That is true. That's a fun little difference, funnily enough. So, Jolene, we're about to fight her a little bit here. Just we're getting a layer from her in seconds in the mail, and she spawns for whatever reason on the very right side of the island once you warp here after getting all 3 pure mails. I don't know why, but you can just sometimes she'll snipe you before the island, which is unfortunate. But she's usually just right outside the island to initiate this. Also, almost forgot about this.
Donate.
Yeah.
Yay!
Do what it says. You heard
what
him.
it
Do what it
says.
says. Also, I'd like to point out another favorite text box in this game is the fact that, first of all, the mail carrier reads your mail to you aloud, which feels very
That's
much
a federal
like... Yeah,
crime.
that's a federal crime.
That's pretty messed up. They
But
can't be doing that.
specifically when he reads out the Jolene letter, he goes, "Oh, wow, I've never read a death threat before. Wild."
Yeah.
I think actually in Spirit Tracks they fixed that. He no
Yes.
longer
They
reads
did,
you the
yeah.
mail.
Yeah, in Spirit Tracks, which is set 100 years later,
Yeah.
after the Great Sea is drained, they make a callback joke to it where if you go get your mail for the first time, you get told by the letter carrier that we used to have a policy where we'd read your mail out loud to you, but we found out that was a privacy violation.
They found out, as this.
So in New Hyrule they did introduce the legislation that
Yeah.
All right, thank
Also,
God.
I gotta say too, I save and quit right there because it allows Jolene to spawn in immediately instead of having to wait for her to spawn in, which is pretty random.
Yep.
Also, it'll set our location for later too when I save and quit after this fight. That's pretty nice.
Everybody
All right.
ready to refight Jolene? She's got new tricks this time. So I
but
hope
so
you're ready.
do we.
So do
We
we.
do.
We have a
All right.
hammer.
We're
and
once
a
again,
fairy.
we're
She
begging
brought-
her not to take our time.
Yeah, she's a fool, honestly. She brought a sword to a hammer fight. What's up with that? Who does that? So yeah, we're just gonna do this real quickly. Just gonna bam, and then yeah.
Yep, that's about what the fight is.
Yeah, we can constantly reset her cycle until she gives the attack you want, and when she gives you the attack you want, it does it no matter what.
Speed
you're
rub.
doing.
Ooh,
Oh.
Oh no, she dropped her sword again. She
Oh,
can
no,
never.
but that's not all.
she figured out how to pick up a thing off the floor.
Don't hurt Tetra now.
Perfect fight. Love to see it.
Nice.
Nice.
Very good.
Lucky for us, she did not figure out how to do it twice.
Very, very lucky.
Have you ever tried picking up a sword twice? It's so hard.
It gets harder the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the alignment kind of just tells us here about her backstory of Jolene. Essentially, TLDR, in a way, they're adventuring together. It's kind of implied they're in a relationship of some sort, and you kind of left her at the altar, essentially.
Yeah,
It's pretty messed up.
Line back.
Yeah.
Line back.
Story-wise,
Line
this is kind of
back.
the turning point
I'm
for him.
sorry.
Where he's kind of not letting people in, very hard-headed in general, not just doing his own thing. And he's kind of that's kind of messed up, actually. I should have done that. And we'll see that in the later cutscene, too, especially. Once we
Yeah.
get to Mercury Island once again. But for now, we have to go back to Zod's Island and get our sword. It's complete.
Which is definitely complete in all of its steps.
Oh, yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, what else do you need for the sword? You got the blade, and you got the blade,
And you've got
And the blade. Yeah.
and the blade.
And the blade.
In my
Swords are
blade.
like grass. There's no other parts to them.
in my experience, it has been pretty difficult to touch the blade of a sword without cutting.
Feel it. Ow. Sorry, that was sharper than I thought.
All right, so we have the sword, but it's kind of not complete. It's been given to us in a near complete state. We need to take it back to the old man all the way on Merkay Island, the first guy we ever talked to.
Oshus, yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of an important character, but we've been dancing around it a little bit.
Yeah, fun fact, at the beginning of the game, we also, do you remember that tutorial skip we did with the pot? That definitely didn't have repercussions, right,
Oh, no,
Chelsea?
absolutely
Oh, no,
not.
definitely not. Especially not if you were to do a 100% run.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
totally.
no. Absolutely
totally.
not. That'd be silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this isn't silly block anymore.
Yeah, no, that's over.
No.
We're very serious right now.
Yeah, this
I
is
am-
serious games done quick.
Yes.
But yeah, we got a little bit of movement here until we get there, but I do want to show some off once we get there, of course. But yeah. One quick donation, I'd say. One fast one.
Sounds good. I got $72.50 from Bishojo Kitsune.
That's my girlfriend.
Ooh.
This is for the cute captain on the couch. This donation is our anniversary that we got to celebrate together this year. Thanks, GDQ, for letting us bridge the gap. Can't wait to see you
Yay.
soon.
Very much.
Love Bisho.
So, this is Oshus right here. This is him around when he did the sword tutorial. If we talk to him now, he's just going to do this. Warp is inside here. And I would just talk to him normally.
Yeah, do not forget to get him because that is also
Yeah.
something that you will notice when you're in the dungeon and then you have also lost like 15 minutes.
Yeah, just like Zaz, he gives you some important stuff, but the game will not stop you from continuing on without it.
Another fun fact is the sword tutorial skip, the fact that Oshus is standing right there in a roundabout way makes 100% impossible because to the right of him, right underneath that tree, you have to dig to get a treasure chart. So you no longer can get that if you've done sword tutorial skip.
Yeah, because he's stuck there forever. He's not supposed to be there. It's just because we never finished the tutorial, so the game never got rid of his actor.
In this cutscene, Lineback is essentially just like kind of turn over a new leaf in the end. It's actually the first time he calls Ciela by her name there, and she makes a big deal of that.
Character development.
Character development. You love to see it.
Until then, he refers to her as stupid fairy.
Something like that, yeah.
Just like he calls Oshus old man. Does he ever call trans rights by their actual name?
He should.
He should.
He should.
That's what I'm saying.
Trans rights.
So here's that fancy little warp. Oh,
Oh, no.
One last time.
Oh.
all right. So here's that fancy little warp we made last time. And now, like, if you thought that we were moving pretty fast through the Temple of the Ocean King before, it's about to go up by like 10 because we have every item necessary to make this the quickest trip possible.
For instance, check this out. There's a chest over here. Bam, we're there.
We're just there.
Yep.
It took us like a minute and a half earlier, I think, to get over there before.
Yeah, we literally had to go all the way around.
Now we're just good. Crystal, we're just going to take this to the next floor.
Yeah, this is a great example of the beauty of the Temple of the Ocean King. Your ability to just blitz stuff with new items.
It's so cool. It's a very contentious temple overall for a lot of people, but I feel like it's because they don't emphasize this fact enough about it, that things change every time you go inside of it. Never have a new item in general.
It's also just like-
It's super cool.
It feels satisfying to me in the same way that speedrunning feels satisfied, that every time you go in, you get faster, not because the items you have, but just because you have acquired more skill.
Right.
You are better than past you was at the video game, which is one of the really fun things about speedrunning.
Wow, that's really
Right.
inspiring.
Thank
Absolutely.
Shout outs to self-improvement.
Nice.
Shout outs.
Yeah.
Look, progress isn't linear, but
Oh.
if you're trying,
Oh, what
Oh.
the? Oh, I think I dinged on
Yeah, you
accident.
dinged.
You
You dinged
dinged.
in the water.
That's okay.
not the ding water.
No. That's
Okay, there
okay.
we
This,
go.
this is actually totally fine where we stopped because I can just go over him and do that. Now we're good.
So yeah, that's when you notice that you have not talked to Oshus all the way
Yeah.
back in here.
Yeah, now that we have the Phantom Sword, we can actually destroy the Phantoms, which we couldn't before at all.
Yeah.
And,
They only hit from behind as well, too.
A fun little strat that we can only do now because we have the grappling. Wow,
Amazing.
that Wizrobe could not wait.
He
So
didn't
now,
hit me either. Like, he hit me, but he didn't. It was weird.
now that we have the grappling hook, we can actually grab these gems with it, so we can roll really far away and then use the grappling hook to grab both of them without having to carry both. So it makes this way faster here.
And if I
So cool.
just stop by holding L to use the grappling hook, I just bring it back here immediately, too.
Yeah, that's why it looks a little bit janky with the camera.
All right, I think this goes in the square hole. I
the
think that
ground.
goes in the square hole. I
And this
think
last
that
one
goes
goes in the
square
square
Right in the
hole.
square
All right,
hole,
good
yeah.
job.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did
Yeah,
it.
nice.
Woo! Shapes!
Funny reference.
What reference? I just thought those were shapes.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm shape blind.
Quick reference. $10 from Internet Explorer. Great Lakes mentioned.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible, thank you.
Caught me off guard.
Very good.
Oh, nice Dizzy.
Nice.
Nice intentional Dizzy into the cutscene.
Yeah, so I was asked the other day why we go to the left side of the room or anything else, and the reason why is actually because we do the what I call the freest camera clip in the whole game, because you don't have to pause before it. All you have to do is just go in the corner and just use the hammer, and it just does automatically, just like that.
It's that easy, folks.
Try that at home.
I didn't know that strat. I've been doing
Oops.
it the bomb
That
shoot way all this time.
Bomb shoot way is a little slower, but it's not much slower.
I need to shake up my strats, man. It's almost like you can tell that I learned speedruns wrong and learned them in a void, sitting alone in a hotel room.
Oh, important floor here, important floor.
Yeah,
Hard floor, hard floor.
Hard floor.
Yep.
Yes!
Can we get a
Alright.
$5 hype train for that hard floor?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
B11-2 over here. Hardest floor in the entire dungeon.
This is also like the most satisfying floor right here, because remember how scary FedEx Trick was? Now that we can kill phantoms, we can just slice our way through this floor so fast.
It's beautiful.
And also, we're intentionally not going to kill all of the phantoms because there would be a chest spawning.
hey.
Rick was like, hold on a second. But we're intentionally not going to kill all the phantoms because it'll cause a chest spawning animation and lose us some time. So we are just going to stun the last one, but that doesn't mean we can't pick the one to live to be the weakest one that we can just ignore. So we got to kill the scary ones, and I'm so sorry that we let this man live after murdering his friends.
I'm not sorry. These guys have been torturing us all game. It's time for some payback.
That's true as well.
Spite strats.
Spite strats.
Spite strats, yeah.
I do a lot of spite
So, yeah.
strats in this game.
If you remember, it took us a very long time to get down to floor 13 last visit, and now we're already done with it in like maybe half or less of the time of last visit.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we're not done.
We're not
because,
done yet.
We have one more floor of punishment left, and phantoms are not done with us.
Yeah, this is a really evil floor, honestly. It's really easy to get off cycle. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oddly,
The hardest part's right at the start of it, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oddly, the blue phantom, it's gonna go blue phantoms, red phantoms, warp phantoms, and the blue ones are by far the hardest.
Yeah, Shasta is going to do a strat over here that does not use one of those portable safe zones, which you're supposed to do. Let's see if it works out. Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so good.
There we go.
Wow, let's go.
That is so much
It's
harder than
incredible.
So difficult.
I told you I redeemed myself from yesterday.
Yeah.
Nice.
And now we're perfectly set up for the next cycle of phantoms.
Yep.
Yeah, once you kill one of them, you have a break in their vision cones, and you can pretty easily get the other two, but it's hard to get that first one without being spotted on the first go-round.
It really is. Also, if someone wants to glitch out this game, by the way, that blue door right there, the loading zone's always there, even on the first visit. So if you can find a way inside there, we could possibly save around like 40 minutes in this run.
Yeah.
It's kind of a barrier skip. So yeah, if you want to join the DS Zelda Discord, it's on the Screen com page for this game. I'd love to have some people glitch out in this game. There's a few cool skips like that that are possible, I'd say, if you just find a way to do it. Also, speaking of which, what a big door! How do we open it? Whoa! Wow!
It opened!
Stupid little bit.
But yeah, we're going to the final boss right now. We're going to Bellum,
Yeah,
which is a very long final boss fight, but it's also a very, very cool one.
it's gonna get a little intense here, so we got a little lull before the storm.
And nice little last technical dizzy.
Get technical dizzy. Shasta, do we have time for a last donation while we talk to Cielo?
Let's do one or two, yeah.
Cool. I've got $1,000.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
I hope you're not too dizzy as we are exploring this legend by taking a good side adventure, seeing to the past through a new awakening, listening to an ocarina play while dancing with our masks on, letting seasons and age pass. No, mystical seed though. So don
Wow.
your 4 swords, embrace the winds, and don't lose your cap. We will soon reach twilight where our hourglass will almost be empty, but don't lose spirit. Aim skyward and peer between worlds. The Triforce is well within reach, thus take a breath and wipe your tears. Hope you caught that because the echoes won't help you. If I missed a game you loved, then excuse me, princess. The donation is long enough as it is.
That was
That
good.
was so good.
Shout out to the mention of
Yeah.
Mystical Seed of Courage, which
was
is the
so
Oracle game
good.
that was never made.
Oh my god.
Sheesh. Impressive donation.
Oh, that was
Thank you for
really
$1,000 as well. That's also
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's going to a great cause.
It's a very important cause, especially right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Bellum's first phase. So we need the grappling hook to actually defeat Bellum in the first place. So we actually do need go onto the sea. Otherwise, we just need the bow, and then we're good, which we already have by the time we get there the first time. So again, if Lure Skip was found, all we need is just the grappling hook to
Yep.
really beat him. Don't need this Phantom Sword, funnily enough. All right, so
Yeah.
now on this next 2 parts, we're going to be just hitting his 5 eyes on his tentacles once again. Ideally, that was nice. I actually avoided the drops there. Ideally, we get these 2 immediately. Nice. Oh, not nice. There we go.
Oh,
Ah, there we go.
Nice recovery.
Yeah, I need 10 arrows in total. I need 8 now, actually, from here on out.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a little scary because our maximum arrow count in this game is 20, and we need to hit 5 eyes on his
that's
tentacles 3 times, meaning we need a minimum of 15 arrows
Arrow
to
drop?
finish the
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
to finish the fight. So that's a very limiting factor on how many snipes we're allowed to miss, and that is going to be it's very time costly to have to wait around for arrow drops sometimes.
Yep.
He's also going to get more aggressive as we go on. So now every 2 hits, he's going to do a little circle around. But you can actually predict what holes he's going to leave his tentacles on because they are always the same as last time. So you want to kind of remember where you're going to
Oh, I
be
missed.
sniping
That's
to.
fine.
Oh,
I
got
have
it.
2 more arrows here, and then I have to hope for a drop layer. Should be fine, though, I
Oh,
think.
nice.
I just defeat you, no problem.
Come on, give us the... Yeah!
yeah.
I'll take that for
Clutch.
sure. I should like a heart more than anything else right now, but you know what? I'll take that too. I carry his hearts into all 3 phases, by the way.
This
so,
game is
yeah.
the drops are very sparse when you absolutely need
Nice.
them.
That's essentially
Very nice.
phase 1.
Yep.
We have a little bit of a Deus Ex Machina right here, where it turns out Ciela is actually the Spear of Courage and Time. So now she can do a little Zawardo and stop time just a little bit.
Yeah, so Oshus is revealed to be like the Ocean King, and Ciela is like the god of time.
Something like
Something
that.
like that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on this island.
It's pretty wild stuff.
Yep.
But
Also,
yeah,
the music gets great from here
yeah.
on
This song
out.
is so good, legitimately. Oh my gosh, it popped off of this song.
Like, one thing I will say for Phantom Hourglass is that Spirit Tracks does have us beat on soundtrack. The Spirit Tracks soundtrack is incredible, but once you get to this point, it's like, oh, I found where all the music budget went.
Yeah, it just didn't go in 90% of all the areas.
Yes, we draw an hourglass there, but in my case, draw a figure 8 because it's a little easier. That stops time for bits. The fastest here is 2 cycle. We should be able to get it. Usually I'm pretty good at doing this. Let's try and move a little bit here so Ciela's a little closer. Just like that, so there's more time. And we should be good here. We thankfully always jump slash. That's automatic. And there we go.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That's phase 1.
that's phase 1 of 3.
All right, we have defeated Bellum, but it is time for Bellum Boat.
Bellum ship.
Yes. So
I'm pretty sure you're our expert on boats.
Bellum ship kind of sucks. Bellum ship is very, very random in when it like hits you and where you're going and stuff like that. What you basically want to do is, as fast as possible, you want to hit the 8 eyes on the side as often as you can. There's a set amount that you need to hit them, and after that they will stop spawning, and then when no eyes are spawned on the outside of the ship anymore, then you can hit the 3 eyes in the center. It is also possible to hit one of the 3 eyes before then, and that, we haven't lapped that out completely yet, but that does seem to decrease the amount of eyes that you need to hit on the outside of the ship. So that's a very good thing to go for.
But these eye hitboxes are so frustratingly small sometimes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things that you can like latch onto if you're touchscreen on the ship, so it's very easy to just miss it for no reason.
You can also lose so much health so quickly, and sometimes it just does not want to give you heart drops.
Yeah, one of the hardest things is also going to be, since again we only have 4 hearts, we are struggling with the fact that the more damage we take to the ship, the more it's going to smoke and the more it's going to blind you. And if you have like projectiles incoming that you can't see because you're at 1 health and smoking, that's just death, and that's a huge setback.
Yeah, normally I get hit by all 3 eyes here once they spawn, because it's usually going to give me a 1 hit, so hopefully that doesn't happen,
rough.
but we'll see what happens.
Okay, very nice.
Down-spawn immediately, that's kind of funny. That actually helps me in the end.
Come on, give us a heart.
Okay.
Oh,
no,
wow,
we're good.
that was really lucky.
We're
That's
good.
nice. That's a good ship.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's nice.
Very nice.
This one's a good pace, actually. I just noticed it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Don't save.
Okay,
We're not
so
saving.
final fight. Bellum has merged with Lineback to create Bellumback, which looks more like a Moblin than it looks like anything else.
Well, a Phantom, I guess.
Yeah,
Either way.
Phantom.
Yeah.
He looks like a Moblin.
Yeah, I agree. Just like the segues. Anyways, yeah.
The first phase, we can't actually do any damage, but we need Ciela to realize that first, so that she'll intervene. So we just need to stop time and then fail. That's all scripted.
Yeah.
Yep. You do have to actually hit the back there in order for it to actually move on.
Can I share my favorite voice acting in the game?
Go for it.
His eyes opened. Oh! Whoa! He got me! I love to name my character Ooh Woo. So then she just goes, sorry, Ooh Woo.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Anyway, now we can actually accrue Phantom Orbs by hitting him down.
Yep, we need to attack him a couple times, do a speed rub, and then hit him 1 more time to get a Phantom Orb. And then we are at the mercy of the RNG.
Yeah, we are trying
we have to hope that Bellum actually opens up in the back here. I'm going for a
So yeah,
Helium
watch the top
cycle.
screen.
Oh, there we go.
All right, I'm gonna try and hit myself up correctly here, so I get. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
No, okay.
Might be okay still.
We were trying. Okay, good. We got 4 in. We were trying to set it up so that we got that infinite quick spin, which is really good for a 3 cycle, but it's still not impossible.
No.
There.
Yes,
there we
that's
go.
good.
Oh, beautiful.
Maybe
That's
through cycle. Time might be very soon.
Time might be coming up.
Possibly soon.
We're gonna yell it out really randomly when it is.
Might not happen here.
I don't think it's going to happen, yeah.
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 Barely off.
We need
During the
more.
next segment, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need 1 more Phantom Orb from Ciela.
This has been really good RNG too.
Yeah,
We
that's
haven't
still really
gotten
good.
Tornadoed.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, come on.
No,
fine.
it's my
I'm gonna show it
fault.
off. You can do that, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not faster because he's always gonna attack you again after that happens, but you can just kind of stop him if you want to.
It's really good for
I do
Spite.
understand.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, this fight is really RNG. We do also.
All right.
Come on.
Nice.
Time's gonna
Time's
be
coming
coming up.
up.
Time soon and time.
Time!
Woo!
That is a fantastic run, by the way.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, wow, okay.
306.50.
We are almost exactly 2 minutes ahead of world record.
Yeah,
A game full of RNG.
Yeah.
My world
Wow.
record's a 304.49. I was 2 minutes off of it. Just
Yeah.
Wow.
A 306
Wow.
on a live stage is incredible.
That's the best marathon I've ever done for sure.
First try RNS, too.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
First time
yeah.
ever hard
Like,
skip.
We
That
give
was
Shasta
so
a
good.
massive hand. He's such a gamer.
Woo! And also, let's hear it for like not giving up on how many times did this game get shot down from GDQ?
For like
real.
Because
12 times or so. 11, 12 times.
like, let's be super real and acknowledge
my
the fact that
goodness.
this is not a lot of people's favorite Zelda game, and so it's really hard when you're going up against Ocarina of Time that has
Twilight
such a short
Princess,
Especially
ending.
with like a 3-hour
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
But what people have put so much work into this game, and Shasta was so persistent, and I'm so glad it finally got to get shown off on the
Yeah,
big stage.
As am I, obviously. I'm happy about that. It's like, it took, I think around 12, 13 years, according to what Horton told me before, of people submitting this game to finally get into GEQ with this. It finally happened for all that time.
He can't clap.
Yeah, I will
I have
say,
a list of people to shout out, by the way, because of how long it's taken.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up real quickly.
Do you want to skip to the credits?
During that, I'm gonna skip to the
Yeah.
credits. The credits are really cool. It has papercraft art style. It's awesome.
it's so cute.
But yeah, I'm gonna give quick shout outs real quickly. So again, shout outs to Ben Stevens, huge shout outs to him. He got us game on backup at last events and made me think that this game can get in. And indeed, it got in the end. We also found a lot of skips and the different skips in this run, especially the one for Relentless Skip. That's a huge one, making that RTA viable. Absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hourglass, she donated earlier as well. Former record holder of this game, has submitted in the past to GEQ too. Just in general, very influential person to his community. And Solidified Gaming found a lot of glitches this run, especially. I know she found Relentless Skip in the first place. She found the arrow despawn as well, and a few others beyond that too that we don't do in the run. Very, very cool. Shout's really tall as well. Also, Glitch Hunter in this game has found some stuff. Green Link, very important person. They literally have videos of them doing tricks and finding stuff in this game that was recorded on a phone camera on the YouTube channel. Very, very important to say the least. Just a very influential early game runner. I think they might have found hammer clips as well. I could be wrong about that, but yeah. And shout out to also Cole Quill too, who was in the past also made the GEQ with this run. So yeah. We're going to do this glitch exhibition just a little bit. I want to show out the rest of the credits because the end part of it's especially really cool. But yeah, if you enjoyed this run, be sure to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/mr_Shasta. I do a bunch of speedruns all the time, especially of DS games and handheld games. I'm also trying to beat every Nintendo DS game ever made. Literally all of them, about 1,700 in North America. I'm trying to do that. Love Nintendo DS, my favorite system. To show off a 3-hour run like this, that's hard. It was really hard to get in like this. A huge underdog. It means the world to me, to say at least.
Of course.
Now, there's more to come too. I'm not done submitting stuff, but yeah. Y'all want to give quick shout outs as well?
Pippy, just go ahead.
Oh, hi. Thank you so much. Shout outs to Shasta. Thank you so much for having all of us. I know I'm a really newcomer to this community, but like it's so great.
Donate!
But yeah, thank you everyone so much for thank you GDQ for letting this in. Thank you everyone so much for having us. I do stuff on the internet. It doesn't matter. Moving on.
Yeah, if you'd like to see more of me, I will actually be at Zelda Dungeon Marathon, which starts this Saturday, where we'll be playing every single Zelda game, including Phantom Hourglass, just when it starts at 8 a.m. Central Time. So if you want to see me there again, just go ahead and there. It's very nice.
All right, and I'm Brandino59. You can find me on that particular stream or on YouTube. I speedrun a lot of 3DS games and handheld games. Shasta and I really bonded over a shared love of that, and that's why I'm happy to be here today to support him.
Yeah, if I'm a DS guy, he's a 3DS guy.
Yes. Everybody starts coming to me with 3DS questions. I just want to say, if you ever want to run a game on DS or 3DS, you do not need a capture card. You got a camera, record the screen. I did that for a year and a half before I actually got a capture card because I loved the games and it was more important to me than the footage. All I'm saying is, nobody needs a capture card.
A shout out to Masked Beetle from last night.
Yeah, we didn't see it last night. So Mass Beetle appears like around 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or to 12 a.m. I think.
On weekdays.
Something like that. But yeah, we're gonna do the glitch exhibition here. So remember that huge glitch we did, warp displacement early on? So I'm gonna show off 2 different funny side effects of warp displacement that I absolutely love a lot. But that being said, this is still the hardest trick in the entire run here, so it might take me a few tries to get this, but hopefully I can get it sooner rather than later. That'd be awesome. But yeah, let's see if I can do it now, and I'm gonna do a few things afterwards that are pretty cool about it.
That might be a frame early.
I'm gonna go 1 frame, hopefully. Maybe this will work. Let's see.
It's so wild to me that
Classic
you
W.
Do we get a second try, a second time first try, twice in a row maybe?
That might work.
Maybe.
Just a little
Might be
bit
a little
far
too
away.
left. Yeah,
Yeah,
one
we
frame
go
early.
again.
You
Yeah.
can tell whether or not you got it because it will eat the animation of the boat spiraling down if you got it. It's actually a really interesting trick because you can tell if you got it early because you'll get the proper animation, but you can also...
That's
fine.
yeah, that's
Real good.
You can tell exactly how many frames late you are if you're late because of where the menus are and what they are doing, which is a kind of helpful thing if you're trying to learn the trick. It gets you a really good sense for exactly where that frame is.
That's what am I doing?
Yeah, I think that setup.
Oh my God.
It's If you get this, I'll be so
Yeah, no,
impressed.
my camera's completely off.
Where's
right
the
here.
cyclone?
I think I'm way off, actually.
I've definitely
It's not even there. Yeah, no, it's not even there. Hold on.
Let's redo that.
Cyclone.
Yeah.
I just
Again,
wonder
hardest trick in the
where's
run.
the
I got
cyclone?
our first try earlier. Like that was amazing when that happened, but it's the hardest trick in the run.
Yeah, this
And
really shows how hard it is.
As such, what's happening right now is happening.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
That
that's
looks
good.
beautiful.
That's good.
One frame off. One frame off. One too late.
We
That's
got
fine.
this. We got this.
We got this for sure. I believe.
Yeah. To also illustrate just how hard it is, what visual frame you are going for in relation to the map underneath you changes.
weird.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's odd.
I thought that was a good setup too. Dang.
Changes based on how big the waves are. So if you see the waves get real chonky, it can move a frame or two earlier, and if the sea is completely flat, it'll move later.
One more.
Yeah, one more.
This should work.
That
let's
looks
see. Let's
pretty
see.
good.
Come on.
Oh no, that might be a frame early.
Come on.
I'm really hoping.
I'm hoping this is one of those frame earlies that's actually it.
Yeah,
That's
one
fine.
frame early.
Again, look, we've been saying it. Hardest trick in the run. It's a miracle I got it
We're
first try
just showing
earlier.
you how impressive it was to get it first try.
Yeah.
Under the actual run pressure, like that's incredible.
Yeah.
Come on.
Know that the pressure's
This is way
off.
One more frame, I think, might be good.
Would be.
Yeah, I didn't buffer that right. That was the issue
Oopsies.
there. All right, I believe though. I believe this time around though. That's that good stuff, you know.
You
That's
can
that good stuff
see
right
just
here.
how much of a run killer this trick is.
For real.
Yeah, I did a huge grind in this game last year. Hold on,
Oh,
that's looking good to me.
Might
I think
be one
we're
frame
a little
early.
lower. I think this might be it because of that. Oops. That's all I can draw this.
That wasn't a W.
that's a
Yeah,
W.
That's a W,
That's
W
right there.
Oh,
that's
good.
good.
That's gotta be it right there.
Come on.
Beautiful.
That should be it. Like absolutely. There we
Yep,
go.
there
Let's
we
go.
go.
Yeah,
So now-
do a save, right?
No, not yet. So
Okay,
now
okay.
I'm gonna do instead is I'm instead of going to the northeast sea, drawing like have a different square. I'm instead just gonna go to the southwest sea, and what's gonna happen here is very funny. So
We're just gonna warp normally. What do you mean?
yeah, just
Yeah,
gonna
we're just
warp over
gonna
there.
warp to Merkay.
No big deal.
It's fine.
And we're in Skybox.
Yeah, the ship is now in space.
It goes to the very top of the skybox and will very slowly just come all the way down.
Yep.
Just like this.
One of my favorite parts about this is if you do wait for long enough for it to come all the way down, you can see it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger.
getting there, it's getting there.
We're getting there.
It does not have any natural velocity, so it's not going to have any sort of bob when it hits the sea. It's good. It's gonna behave.
We'll see.
Oh my God, it's getting closer.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
It's gonna behave. Oh, here it goes.
Bam.
Settled.
And soft locked.
Yeah.
Perfectly into place.
All right, and I have one more thing to show you that me and Paladin finally discovered it in a call a couple years ago. So hopefully I can get this one more time, like first try. That'd be really cool. I'm jinxing myself here, but you know. it'd be
Let's
really
get it
cool.
10.
Well, those
try.
are big waves. I think that's gonna be late. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little late, like a frame or so.
If the waves had been smaller, that would have worked.
Yeah, that's the hard part about this trick is finding the visual cue.
Yeah, it's very much a thing you get the sense for. When I'm trying to do runs, I literally just every day, even if I don't have time to do speed runs that day, I'm like, all right, it's time for my daily warp displacement.
Yay! Might be it.
That could be something.
That could be
I
it. It's a
never-
weird setup, but it could happen.
You go way
Pretty
further
close.
to the left than I do, so I don't know how where the frame is.
I
that
think
far
that's
to the
it. I
left.
think that's it right there.
One frame early,
frame off.
probably.
Yeah, I've done this trick so many times that even if it's like very slightly off of the setup like that, I still kind of know like how to get the warp anyways, because like you kind of need to
Yeah.
after a while.
Because it does eat into your time, obviously, if you have to retry the setup over and over again. And once again, even with the setup to draw a perfect straight line,
I'm gonna go right here.
Where that line is not always ideal.
That might be good because we're a
could
little
be
lower than
something.
normal, so I
Yeah.
think that might be it because
It
of that.
might be one frame early, but I'm really hoping that's good. No,
Yeah,
one
okay,
frame
yeah.
early.
One early, which is the story of my life, this trick, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, this is the trick that killed a lot of my runs when I was grinding this game pretty hard last year. And then I took a 2-month break and then did 2 runs. My second run was my Colonel record.
And there's a funny.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
That looks
funny,
gorgeous.
a video that Pippy put together of her getting this trick and going, I think that's a frame early, and then getting it. So it was never
3 times in a row.
Yeah, it's like, I think that's a frame early.
Here we go.
All right, so in this case, I'm actually gonna do the warp normally. You know, earlier we went like way out of bounds on that second warp. So let me show you what's out there real quickly.
Yeah.
You know? Let me just show you what's out there. So I'm just gonna pull out the salvage arm as normal.
Yeah, if you look at the top screen right
that?
now, you can see that the
We
boat
actually don't
is
see
not-
that yet.
We're not even
yeah,
there.
We're just.
Oh, I was just gonna say the boat's not on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're
Oh,
somewhere
we're there.
We're somewhere to the right of the map.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna do like a random movement here. It doesn't really matter. And then look what happens. Check out the cyclone especially here.
Yep.
Let's go. Yeah,
Let's
no
go.
problem. Just gonna
Yeah,
do some jumps and
We're
you
gonna
know?
be there in a bit.
Yeah, we get there pretty soon.
Oh, you did that in the air.
Oh.
I've never seen that
Oh.
before.
I should have not done
That's
before either.
never
That's funny.
happened.
That's never happened before.
It looks...
All right.
Oh, look at that
But
cyclone
look at the
going.
cyclone just slowly going to the right.
Yeah.
We're ascending.
Oh my god.
We are ascending, actually. Hold on. This is
Cinematic.
new.
And-
Shout out to thank you.
I was in a boat jumping
Praise
just
the
for
sun
fun
in
there. I
the
didn't think anything would happen with that.
And
This
you
is
see
so
how
good.
the cyclone is going very, very slowly upwards. That's how far we are away from the
So
map.
if you wait here for about 40, 45 minutes, eventually it'll catch up to you.
Yes.
And I'm not even kidding when I say that.
You are very far out of bounds when
We
you
were
do
just
this.
sitting in that call talking about whatever, and then suddenly like, oh wait, you're back in bounds. What happened?
It was really funny. But yeah, there's a lot to show off here. Eventually, the visuals are gonna start getting a little glitchy and like there's some flashing lights for sure.
That might not
for
even
after a while.
happen.
Might even happen. It won't be for a while for sure.
It's pretty
So-
unpredictable.
Yeah, there's a lot to show off just because of that. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Keep doing GEQ. We have community clash later on for incentive after all, and that's really cool. Trust me, you want to watch that one for sure. But yeah, thank you for GQ for having me. Watch GQ Hotfix after the event, you know, and I'll see y'all later. Hopefully I'm on stream.